Hello and welcome to DC30 and a Mythic Odyssey of Theros. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am joined this evening, I'm your Dungeon Master Romeo, and I'm joined this evening by Virla, Morse, Tamara, and Ali, and both Zach and Violet will be joining us before long. I've made triple sure with Violet that her internet should be good to go. The problem last time was she had a power cut, and Zach was just basically, Zach and I live together, he was just heading back. He messaged me saying he'd be slightly tardy, but we should have them shortly. I will preempt with a slight apology for the audience and my players. If you hear a lot of slapping sounds at all, that's just because this is still quite itchy.
No judgment. No judgment.
Listen, I mean, I enjoy D&D as much as the next man, so you enjoy it however you want.
You cannot blame us for that. That was
no, I can't blame you, but I've just
it's a wide open goal. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. But I've decided, though, on a side point, that when you guys irritate me, the trick is not to put more hit points or attacks on the enemies. The trick is to increase the difficulty of the riddles and the puzzle.
Oh, you
want to kill us?
See, there's sadism, there's true sadism.
I am pulling from the book for 10 to 14-year-olds instead of 3 to 5-year-olds now.
That's too much. I'm sorry.
That's perfect. I'm turning that into an emote, Virla. Just you.
See, that's why we have the red flag. You need it sometimes.
How many times have you already used that in either the Strixhaven game or the Bridges and Brigands game?
And our home game so many times.
In the home game? Oh my god, last
Is that actually a red flag?
Wednesday, that was...
Though.
How many other parties are you part of? That's a red flag.
She has a problem. It's quite funny.
Yeah, Vila is
It's
just
shiny.
very non-monogamous when it comes to D&D games.
I will kill all of you. In the most bitch way possible. Like, if Xanthia will trip over a rock and, like, hit her chin wrong on a log and it will break her neck. That will be her death. It'll be the weakest thing.
On brand.
Yeah.
On brand.
On brand for her dexterity score, actually. But I digress. Without any announcements to make... Oh, let me just quickly make sure that the... Because I've got the commands up and running again. Yes, they work. So everything should be working, including the channel point stuff. And on that note, let's kick it off with tonight's episode of our Mythic Odyssey of Theros. Back. Hello.
We talk during
The
the
chaos
intros,
is
you
so
can't
high
tell.
tonight. Like,
The chaos is so high, and I don't know why you're choosing now to do it. You this is... You guys could die tonight.
Filter is not on. My filter is not on
That's
today.
fine.
This is not good.
Nah, you guys will be fine. Probably.
Don't say that.
So,
Not like these.
last we left off, Tempest had prepared to venture to the Skull of Ale at the request of the dignitary that represented the Skull of Ale in Meletis Pevia, as well as Queen Lauvu. They asked you to investigate a situation that could potentially impact the march to fight Timaret in the long run. Bothratis, the city-state that Queen Lauvu rules over, has an accord with the Skull of Ale. A small section of forest within the Vale would be made available for logging on a intermediary basis. No more, no less would be taken, and this would be used to construct tools and other useful things for Bothratis in exchange for also parting with them unto the Vale, sharing with that craftsmanship, and in return, the Vale benefits from only needing to focus on one area to replenish. However, at a time of harvest, at a time where the plan was to utilize the spoils of this accord to construct weapons of war, weapons of siege equipment to aid in the battle against Timaret, the workers haven't been heard from in multiple days. And so you were asked to investigate. After a transport via plant brought you unto the Vale, you met many satyrs immediately at this temporary settlement that you appeared at, including Scotinos' mother and father. You also met a new companion, a Hecaton Goliath named Lesros, a most studious and fastidious individual, but extremely intelligent. He was Queen Lauvu's dignitary, or her representative investigating. He was able to inform you that he had detected dark traces of evocation and necromantic magic around the area, but had not ventured very far in yet himself. Together, you ventured forth into the area made available for logging, located within a small forest known as the Lonely Grove, named so for being separated from the rest of the forests of the Vale. After finding a decent prize in the form of a small magic item gifted to you by a man you saved after ending his curse, where he was transformed into a bull, you bedded down for the evening. The next day, you ventured forth and finally came across the logging camp. You saw buildings that were sundered, the scenes of destruction, but at the same time, unnatural creation. You saw tools and buildings that had been broken, but at the same time had shoots and vines coming off of them that were impossibly developed for such a short time frame, especially on dead wood. You investigated a little further, queried with a corpse, and all of a sudden heard a slamming sound, at which point a raised cadaver that had plants and vines, like almost like a parasite, latching into their eye and their mouth, began shambling towards you. And that's where you come to now. So, it's about... Oh, and I actually prepped for this time. Oh, that's pretty quiet. Let me just boost that slightly. Can you guys hear that? Is that louder?
Very much so.
Okay, feel free to turn it down individually. Yeah, I don't know why it got that loud. Is that okay? Is that pleasant for everybody?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me just turn that up slightly. How does it sound on stream, actually? Let me just...
Had a quick listen, it seems okay.
Good volume, not distracting? Okay, perfect.
Seems fine.
And you see this... It doesn't seem to be walking at you very... Like, as in, you prepare for, like, battle, but it's like Walking Dead zombie level. It seems to just be, and it just starts like advancing towards you murderously, but at like actual zombie, not DayZ zombie speeds. What are you doing?
I am having already set up telekinesis that kind of opened the door which this thing was in. I still have that up for about 10 minutes, so I will just try and telekinetically restrain it.
It has to make a saving throw, right?
Yes, so I have to make an ability check contested by your strength check.
Okay, let me just quickly get my dice. Okay, go ahead and make your ability check.
Oh, not great. 8.
It rolled a 9. Natural 8 plus 1. You go to, and it's surprisingly strong. As you go to pull, like try to manipulate it, you notice the plants sort of pulse and like a few extra shoots and vines to like reinforce. Still shambling towards you.
I'll just basically, until it gets to us, I'm just going to keep attempting to do that as we get closer.
Okay, so it will, it'll dash towards you, so it will close the distance in, it'll, like, close 30 feet in one round. But you can make another ability check to try. Basically, it gets up to you.
Yeah, nat 20 for 24.
Ooh.
5. It, like, it's slightly awkward. Like, there's like a solid 6 seconds of everyone else, like, ready to, like, throw down. And Scotty's like, no, I got it. Like, it's getting closer, Scotty. It's getting, and then just, like, right as it's about to munch on your, like, thumb, you manage to...
I grab it, and I move it back 30 feet.
Yeah.
And I just kind of I'm basically holding it just back. And I just kind of holding, and as you can see, just kind of like thematically, you can still see sort of like the veins in Scotilus's hand kind of pulsing a little bit. And normally you'd see both the purple and kind of like the bluish color, but both are like a crimson. And he's just kind of gripped, and it just seems to be just his arm. He's just holding it and just going, right. This won't last forever. What are we doing?
Oh dear, says Lazarus.
Is it restrained until we hit it, or do you just
Each round.
can you just hold it
Basically,
there?
each round I need to do it, but I can move it back every time I succeed. I can move it back like another 30 feet, and yeah. So I can keep holding it. I can move it back another.
Does
30
it get a
feet,
chance
keep
to
doing
break it each round, or
every round, I can attempt to do the. Doesn't say.
okay? Then if you grappled him,
break
you
it.
grappled him.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, Xanthia is just gonna point the trident at the zombie and shoot a sacred flame at it.
Okay. Would that be disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw, or?
For restrained.
Oh, is this restrained?
Creature is restrained. Restrained 5e, so.
I think that's what
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
I think it's automatically fails.
It has disadvantage on dexterity
Okay.
saving throws.
You won't need it. Okay. So that's a 5.
Oh, fails.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's gonna take 3d8 radiant damage, which is 14.
Nice.
Like these holy flames erupt on it, and it seems to be burning. It seems completely unfazed. So you did damage, but it's not like... sorry, I should have clarified. You absolutely did damage, but it does not seem psychologically phased by it. Like the pain.
Can I do the same thing? I'll also cast Sacred Flame.
Yep.
Another deck save.
11. Yeah,
Nope.
just, of course.
Oh, I rolled pretty bad. 20 points of radiant damage.
This one bursts into flames and like the divine light this time, just almost from the inside out, and like Scotinos, you feel the telekinesis like slack as dust crumbles.
I'll keep this going as long as we need it, but if more of them turn up, this only really works on one at a time.
That's alright. I could just, kick ass until we figure out. Speaking of, and then I cast out magic awareness 60 feet in every direction.
You pick up something in all directions, but it's not in an alarming way. There's a sort of baseline subtle magic to this entire area, concentrated around wood and anything made out of plant matter. You pick up both evocation and necromantic magic.
Evocation and... Okay, so... Are we in the middle of a graveyard here? Because we've got necromancy all over this gaff. It's everywhere. It's like a big blubbery blanket of bastardry.
We certainly shouldn't.
Could I take a look at what's left of the zombie? Like, did it look like...
I'll bring
a
the ashes or
potential
whatever,
woodworker?
and I'll kind of bring it closer to tomorrow.
It was notably Goliath. Stone Goliath specifically, but it was definitely a Goliath. And that's something you have to remember because there's just a pile of ash right now.
Where was it? Would we know where this thing came from?
Yeah,
As
you
in
literally
where
heard like a of like it banging its head against the door, and then it basically burst out.
Oh, it was
from
inside
the
a
door.
building.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to go have a look in there.
Go for it. So you walk up to it, and you basically spy through the door that was like almost splintered.
Yeah.
It takes you a second to basically tear the door open, but that's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
You look on the inside. This building was half collapsed. Make a survival check, actually.
Ooh, very plus 0 to plus 11. That was very generous. That's a 28.
You see, yeah, because this is because it's so splintered and rubbled, this becomes more natural terrain. So you see a section of the rubble that's shifted, and sort of based on the way it's moved and ways you've seen that manifest in nature as well, you get the sense that the creature that came towards you guys had been pinned under this rubble, or like had been buried under it and emerged from it. There's a section where like the rubble's been shifted as if something came up out of it. You
I'm going
spot
right there. Yeah.
faint traces of you spot a reasonable amount of blood coming from, in particular, very sharp wood like splinters. As in like, I don't even know if they're kind of splinters, but like basically splintered wood and based off that you surmise that the collapse is what killed this person, and at some point it rose up again.
Is there any indication as to what caused the collapse? As in like a tree or some kind of blunt force damage, or is any magic?
Definitely blunt force damage. You go ahead and expend another use of your magical awareness if you
absolutely.
want.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it.
So the necromantic magic comes from faint traces on the ground here, but you really pick up a lot of evocation magic here, particularly from So there's sections of the wooden rubble that literally have little stalks, like, growing out of them.
Oh, something grew this building apart. Interesting.
It feels like the actual destruction definitely feels more impact. Like there's a scatter to the rubble that feels like force, like shit was sent flying.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting.
You don't. It's unclear like where these, because they're very tiny like shoots. It's just like leaves in an axe handle, like of all things, that's been broken on the ground. And you're like, how? You can't quite place it.
Interesting.
What do you see?
Oh, yeah, so something very mundane blew this place apart and then buried our chap here, and then he was resurrected and came out to try and kill us, and we just fucked his shit up. That's what I've seen. Yeah, it's weird.
Getting stuck on a collapsed building, that's not fun.
No,
Yeah.
there's evocation magic all over this gaff, right? It's everywhere.
Lazarus.
Oh,
do you
yes.
know if you're familiar with the various schools of magic, would Grove Song fall under evocation?
Oh yes, it would. There are elements that are perhaps transmutation in nature, but the lion's share of it would be absolutely evocation. Evocation is not merely energy. Evocation is energy, both destructive like fire, and of life. My dear Helira, when your capacity to raise those who have fallen from the brink of death is evocation magic in and of itself, as is the act of healing. It's all energy, and life energy is energy as well.
You said something, Botch, you said something mundane broke this down. Do you mean like an actual something battered it down, or something? Do you think has it been made? Was it destroyed by natural means, like a tree growing through it, or something? Or...
Yes, only natural. There's no like telltale melted stone from a fireball, that kind of thing.
It's not good. Yes, we should. I've only got another 8.5 minutes left on this.
You mean the pile of ash?
No, I have a.
Oh,
telekinesis.
right. Oh, yes, no, of course.
Perhaps we should proceed, unless there was anything in particular we wanted to check out over here. Otherwise, I'd suggest we just go deeper.
I will defer to you all.
I am always a fan of going deeper.
Clever. I like that one.
Okay.
Well,
onwards.
lead the way then.
Sure. I mean, is there any form of like magical or mundane trail that leads through the woods in terms of people that have either come or gone or left any kind of traces around them, around this camp?
Make a survival check.
Yeah, plus 11.
You're gonna need to roll really high.
Would 28 do? 17 plus 11.
That'll do it. You know, Botch, once upon a time, you might have been more set in your way of thinking, and missed what you perceive. However, you've spent enough time around these folks, and you've learnt enough about thinking differently, about looking at things from other angles. The smarty pants people that you've spent time around with have rubbed off on you just a little. And when at first you see nothing, something clicks for a moment. Every bit of collateral, every place that has been touched by whatever happened here, doesn't take away, it adds. And so you think for a second, and you flip it on its head. So you stop looking for gaps in the dirt where a foot might have sat down and snapped a twig, or scratches against a tree, and you start looking for the opposite. And sure enough, almost like a perfectly concave like impression of a face that when you hold it up at the right angle looks like it's coming out at you, you notice tracks, very faint, notably, like only noticeable by the fact that the moss in that area is longer and more grown, ever so slightly. There's a section of tree where the twig is slightly greener than the rest of the yellowing ones on the leaf. You start looking for almost the opposite of tracks, like where it's slightly unnaturally additionally grown.
Ah. Yep.
And you have a trail.
Guys, my tracking sensors are tingling. I think we go that way. It's too perfect. The grass is too green. The moss is too thick. You know. Let's go this way. I feel it in my jellies.
Okay.
It's almost as
If
if
you're
somebody's
sure about
covering their
that?
tracks by making the forest look too nice. I don't know. It's got. If I had hair on the back of my neck, it would be prickled.
He points one example out to you, Scotty, namely like one leaf on a tree that's like greener than the other ones, as in like it looks like a summer leaf as opposed to a winter leaf.
Someone's trying too hard.
Can I think of any being that would do anything like that?
Make a Arcana check.
The only thing I've got is the forest spirit from Princess Mononoke.
It's kind of like that. It is kind of like that.
Good analogy.
17.
17. You can't think of any specific being, but you think back to some of the foes you all have fought. And certain ones, you recall, seemed to corrupt with their very touch. Baragon in particular would leave sort of frozen pain in his strikes with the way he ran it, or the Ice Queen. Hithonia would have a venomous, like just touching, like changed things around her. And you get the sense this may be something similar. Something or some things whose very touch corrupts, for lack of a better word, not in the form of decay, but in the form of growth.
I don't say anything at the moment, but I kind of just nod to Barkios. Now kind of picking up what he's putting down and go, alright, okay. That way it is.
Okay, there we go. Backlicked.
Nice.
And you press on.
Satya.
Yeah.
Hi. I'll
Hi.
boop your nose. Mode of velocity.
Thank you.
Okay. I just want to boop you on the nose. That's it.
That lasts for 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Booping
perfect.
on the nose.
Yeah. We're walking.
It's
with
probably
her
just like
finger
squashed
on
by
my
the end of
nose.
it.
Yeah,
For the next hour.
yeah. A boop from Botch lasts until dispelled.
Until greater restoration.
And if he rolls a nat 20, only a wish spell can undo it.
Brutal critical boop.
I just had this weird mental image of Scotinos, because it would be Scotinos saying, like, I'm out of disguised selves, but they can't recognize me. Botch! Like, no worries.
This won't hurt a bit.
This hurt a lot.
Exactly. How did you know?
Anywho, so you walk for about 30 minutes, and you walk quickly, or you get the sense that you're getting closer. And Botch, you pick up the pace as you spot more of these signs of unnatural extra life. These are tree god Mononoke tracks kind of deal. And the forest gets darker. The trees get thicker. This is not necessarily... The Scutinos, you would maybe mention this. This is not necessarily a sign of doom and gloom. There are certainly dark parts of the... as in just naturally dark parts of the Vale's forests. They may be known for having more dangerous creatures and not being a place that's advisable to go at night, but this is foreboding in that kind of a sense, as opposed to you do not get the impression, at least yet, that some entity or something is affecting the land. It's just you're going into a deeper part of the forest. And so, Botch, you're leading the way?
Yep. Oh, yeah. With my 28 in survival.
Okay. I will ask you to make a perception check.
Oh, goody. Let's see there. Perception. That is not my best skill, but it's still pretty good. Okay, now this is amazing. 25.
Ooh,
I've rolled two
all good
17s and a 19 tonight.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Don't say that. It's gonna go downhill from now.
Something about, you've been in a city for a little bit too long recently, and something about being out in the wilderness again, especially this kind of wilderness, not some tropical island. Your senses are on fire, and as you are all marching, Watch stops for a second, and something catches your eye. The tree next to you is on an almost imperceptibly off angle. Like, as in, instead of, growing like this, it grows like that. Only you would notice that. And you sort of look down and you look at the roots, and you notice the earth is slightly slanted. But there's sections of roots that seem to have sprouted up where they weren't before. The dirt is disturbed. And you sort of keep having a feel on the earth around you. And you then... It almost feels like as if the earth has been raised. You're like, this shouldn't be this high in this section. And so you look in the direction of where this is coming from, and you squint. And you spot it. Stone. Almost perfectly camouflaged by overgrowth and roots and vines, or into camouflaging it into what you thought was just the forest canopy. But a huge stone, ziggurat-like edifice, seems to have sprouted from the ground. Almost impossible to tell, for plant life and sort of sequoia and moss has sprouted with it to take the place of what was turned up before. But the earth is unmistakably raised just enough that... And it's hard to spot, it is very well camouflaged, but you see it.
Well, ain't that something rather interesting? And I'll reach out, grab some of the plant life that's been grown on this, and try to rip it away.
To clarify, I apologize. You're not
sorry.
there yet. You're about 100 feet away. And it's because your senses are so trained that you spot it first.
Guys, over there, big stone edifice, ziggurat looking type deal. Definitely here, very recently. I think I need you guys to go take a look at that, my arcanely inclined people.
I've never heard of it. What's a ziggurat, Botch?
I've just imagined that I heard the word ages and ages ago. You bastard! I heard this ages and ages ago, and I thought it was a stone structure made for some kind of ritualistic purpose. Is my assumption. But hey, guess what? I'm an idiot.
That is very correct, Botch.
It's almost as if I remember campaign 1 of Critical Role. Whoever they are.
What is a critical role?
Critical.
I think it's a book or something.
I don't know, but anyway, 100 feet that
Yes,
way,
I read it
go
as
down
well.
the
I
road.
recall an entire chapter devoted to chicken. I can't Remember
Yes.
why, though.
Oh, yes, the daring... Right, anyway.
Okay, yeah, we're...
Moving on
The Adventures
swiftly.
of Huckleberry Finn.
Yes,
We've
that
dipped
was it,
into the
that's what I
meta
was saying.
source a little too much.
Oh, Terry and Darrington. But yeah, go that way. Look at it. I think you guys need to check that out.
Can we see any? Like, can we see any?
He has to point it out to you, but yes, you can see.
See that
the,
big
Ziggurat.
thing right there? Yeah, that's some real fucked up shit right there. You should go look at that.
Shall we sneak up?
With my very keen senses, would I have detected any form of other beings nearby?
Make another perception check.
Oh, here we go. Oh, not too bad. Dirty 20.
Nope. You don't pick up on anything.
There is... all I can safely say right now, Scotty, is that there is no one else here apart from us.
Okay.
Are we all gonna go up?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be smart to split up, right?
The veil is very, very Well, I was going to say it's full of stuff and things, which doesn't sound fully. But what I meant to say is there's always stuff happening in the veil. Though actually, now I think about it, it has felt rather quiet comparatively. But yes, maybe we should all go together. And I will start the charge and kind of head up
Okay.
cautiously.
Can I get a marching
Follow
order?
stealthily.
I'm in the middle.
I'll go first, of course. Because I've seen it, I can guide people to it, you know.
Okay. I'll go Botch, Scotty, Amalia, Xanthia, Lesros, and Hilera.
Why am I on the caboose?
Hilera and Lesros.
You can
No,
well, you could get
I'll
to the
protect
front.
the wizard.
You could get
I'll
right to the
protect
front,
wizard. I'll be in the
basically
back.
instantly. So you can get to wherever you want to be.
He's got you there.
What's your
I'll-
what's your walking speed again?
60.
60 feet. That's some dope monk shit right there.
Eventually we're going to realise that the reason you're called Hilera is because you've just got Heelys on. Yeah. You just kind of escaped as you walk. Just naturally, so like the mechanics don't work and just the... Yeah.
As you approach closer, you begin to make out more detail. Columns and etchings of stone into the Ziggurat. You start to make out a steep stone stairway that rises 30 feet to a pair of double stone doors. And as you... Sorry, no, I take it back. You see a... sorry, that was an old set of notes. You see a sort of more circular series of steps, like concentric circles that form stairways that lead to these two stone doors. That raises it about a foot off the ground, like a plinth. And then the doors are beyond that, beyond the stone platform. This courtyard they seem to be in is full of lush, great oaks and acacia and other mighty trees. And I'll tap the ambience because it's quiet. Not even crickets.
How big are these doors and how heavy do they look?
They're about like 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. They look heavy, but not like insurmountably heavy.
Looks like I could get these open pretty much easily. Or actually, no. Xanthia, you look like you can do this. You've got proper mad strength now, thanks to that belt.
All you really see is one large tree that mainly overhangs on the door, as like something else to maybe contend with. So,
What's up with that tree?
are you guys examining the door?
Yeah. Xanthia walks up to the door,
Okay.
and before she touches it, just
Check the
kind of like,
traps.
checks it out just to make sure there's nothing obviously trapped or there's any writing, sigils, whatever, anything suspicious on the door.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, 16.
16. You go to examine for traps and things like that. You move one of the branches of the overhanging tree out of the way to examine the markings better. You don't have time to look because you're startled by the branch slipping out of your hand as the tree starts moving as a treant far larger than the only one you've ever met, Skotinos. This would be considered an elder treant, let's say. Like rises to its full height, like the gnarled bark moves, and it stares you all down and says, "You do not belong in this land."
Friend?
I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. Right, anyone that's got fire magic, now is your time.
Hell yeah!
Ooh. Also, Xanthia, you can add a d8 if you want
I will do that!
from the moat. Ooh, Skotinos.
Yes, and then I get to
Good
Malia as well. Oh dear, for Malia.
Oh
Okay,
no.
run encounter. Violet should be along momentarily.
Okay.
Yeah, she said
Whoa.
8 tops, so, and I know she's home because I can see her, so.
Wait, what? You can see your girlfriend when she's home?
Yeah, never heard of Find My iPhone.
Wow, she threw that in there so fast. That took me a bit by surprise.
Oh.
Don't know what you're all, like, looking shocked at.
Oh, damn. That's so fine. There's just like monitors just behind Romeo. They're just all the different like CCTV just tracking.
Oh yeah, I'm a regular fucking Link from the Matrix.
Nice.
Okay, let me just quickly create an encounter. And we'll switch to the battle cam. And why don't I go ahead and activate the map?
But then we have to fight.
What if we don't want to fight? What
Exactly.
if we just want to talk?
Look, we just
Well-
like.
Tough shit.
Oh.
We can have tea
I
party.
need to practice my treants.
Exactly.
But treants just want friends.
Okie dokie.
Baby.
Ooh.
What if we promise to take it home with us?
Yeah, there are times when I feel like Romeo finds finds nice tokens and is like, right, how can I factor this in to an encounter rather than thinking of the encounter and then, right, what's the perfect token?
Unbelievably, yeah. Hithonia was almost like the initial idea for Hithonia was that is a cool ass Medusa token I have. I really want to use it at some point.
Dude, I do the same all the time. I
Oh, yeah,
find really
100%.
cool minis.
Reverse engineering is a legitimate
Yeah.
tactic in all facets of life.
Yeah. That's why I had Marilaths in one of my campaigns for no reason other than I found a really cool mini. And also,
All right,
yeah,
give me
7
2
attack.
seconds. Did I? Because sometimes I don't remember to. Did I give this thing? Yeah, I always try to remember to set the. Whenever I add these guys into Foundry, I don't bother filling out their stat blocks because I use D&D Beyond for that, except for their dexterity, which means I can auto-roll initiative without trouble. Okay, so 25 to 20.
22.
20
22.
Scutinos.
So 22 for both Botch and Heliera.
What's your dex?
16.
Ha, mine's
200.
19.
There you go. Of course you're gonna go first. You're literally
Okay,
the
I'm gonna do
avatar of
20
speed.
And
22
yet you
for
only
Bosch.
have 19 dexterity. That's kind of like, you know, rookie
22.1
numbers.
for Heliera. What did you get, Scotty?
20.
20. Okay, 20 to 15.
18!
18, 15 to 10.
I think that's all of us here. Oh no, you're people that are rolling and Jaegering. Sorry.
What's Amalia?
9.
Okay, I'm gonna just park Lazarus for the moment. Please don't like judge him in character for it. That he just pretend he participated in the fight. It's just easier to do this. Fine, I'll fucking play as him, but he's going on initiative count 1.
Good.
No, I'll roll for initiative on him.
100.
He rolled a 2.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's a 2. Update combatant and begin combat. Do I have the battle cam set to be automatic? Yes, I do now. Okay. Top of the initiative order, Hilira.
Okay. Okay. Question. Would I know tree fire bad? Question mark.
Make an intelligence check. The
Okay.
DC is 5.
Okay. Okay. Well. Okay. Please, my new dice. Do not betray me, please. Thank you.
Roll 4 and high. Come on.
10.
Yeah, you already passed. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, so I know fire bad.
I wanted to say yes, but I guess it was more like making sure that whether like, oh, is living wood okay to burn? But yes, like you can fairly surmise that fire will like hurt these guys.
Okay, I only have one fire spell, you guys. That is a 7th level spell.
Do it.
Okay.
Why have you not done it yet?
Okay, I cast. Wait, let me just check. Where is it?
You're casting Firestorm.
I'm casting Firestorm.
All right.
Yes.
Dang.
Make me a dex saving throw.
Oh man.
Do it. you might one shot.
0.
Oh, it fails. Let me just.
It's a big lumbering tree. It is not very dexterous.
Let me just grab 7d10. Come on, metal dice. Get out of the box. Okay, well, fuck you then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I do need my metal dice. If you don't, I'll roll on beyond. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Oh god, I threw one out of my box. The chaos is here. Okay. 16, 20, 22, 31, 38, 45 points of damage.
Double to 70. So yeah, absolutely. You just
90.
Yeah, 45 is
so
double
just-
to 90.
like Botch, you flinch slightly because you were inside one of these last time you saw one. But fortunately, this one just literally turns the forest around you guys. It's like a quiet lush grove and then what's that meme of like the Elmo thing going for the glory of Satan? That's Helena right now. These flames just carve a path that like eats into the wood. It howls in pain and looks at you furious. Anything else in your turn?
I don't have any bonus actions. I'm a cleric. I'm just gonna move to the right. 15, 20, I don't know, 25, 30.
Okay.
Get my AC buff. That's it.
Scottinos is on the Wikipedia page, changing the is to was on the description of the Scola Veil.
Yeah. Hey, at least it wasn't a gender reveal party.
Oh no.
Okay, at the end of your turn, Hilira, it's gonna use 2 legendary actions.
Yeah.
You watch as it just slams its hand into the ground, and then the roots begin to grow out of its hand and dig deep into the ground before it pulls up a rock, like a boulder, and hurls it at you.
Uh-oh. Do I have my armor?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
So you picked it up before you went, so you have a +1 breastplate.
Okay.
One second. Right. Does a 33 hit you?
Oh.
Barely. It does.
Give me 1 second.
I love DM rhetorical questions.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, with my new +1 breastplate, it's 32.
Sorry, just double checking if there's a modifier. You take 42 points of bludgeon damage. As
Can I take
this
a
boulder
reaction? Can I
literally
take a
like
reaction?
strikes you in the chest, and just straight up collides with you. You feel ribs crack. You guys watch. He coughs and there's some like blood on the ground. That was a hard hit.
Cool. Hellish rebuke.
I also want to take a real first.
Okay, you go first.
Dex save.
Sam, you can go first. She said it first.
Okay.
Channel Divinity rebuke the violent. Wisdom save, please.
Oh, it's a little better at those ones. Oh, let me just double check something. Okay, no, so, that was a natural 1. I was double checking if it had advantage, but it doesn't.
Does it have legendary resistance?
Oh, does it have a legendary resistance? It does not. It's not that kind of a legendary creature.
Oh, nice.
So it failed, I would assume.
Yeah, it fails. It's still a 13, but it does fail.
So it takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
Damage equal to the damage it just dealt? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So what I say, 42, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Also-
make me a deck save?
Oh, yeah. Good God, you guys are... This thing isn't gonna get a fucking turn.
I'll use 5 of my charges.
I was going to try and make
that's an
friends with
11.
it.
Okay, it fails. So it takes 8
Wait,
D10.
sorry, I looked at it wrong. It is actually proficient in dexterity saving throws. It still has a -2 from its dexterity of 6, but that brings it to a +4, so that 13 becomes a 17.
Okay, it succeeds, so it takes half damage. So let me just take 4 of my dice away.
Could still kill this thing, I reckon.
That's
Done a lot
definitely
already.
the plan. Woo. Okay.
How's the music for everyone, by the way?
Oh, it's fine, I've turned it down.
That's true.
Possibly turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
32 points of damage, and I've already halved it, so it's
Doubled
32.
to, oh, you've already halved it, so yeah. So 32 is the half number, so that gets doubled because it's vulnerable to fire to 64. This thing looks reasonably hurt. It's still standing. This thing is a big ancient tree. It has a lot of hit points, but you have hurt it a lot. Flamer, murderer. That's that. Botch, it's your turn.
Wonderful. How tall is this thing?
Oh, it's, like, 50 feet tall.
Is
50
it
feet.
what size is it considered?
Gargantuan.
Huge or gargantuan?
A gargantuan.
Wait, let me draw 50 feet so it doesn't sound like I'm talking out my ass. Oh yeah, no, it's 50 feet tall.
Okay.
To be fair, that does count the stuff growing out of its back.
All right. So my question is, how tall is its face? How high is its face off the ground?
I'll say 40 feet.
Okay, so I could just about make this. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a step forward, looking up at this thing. I would like to rage,
Okay.
and I'm not going to take on any aspects of my chimeric armor yet, because I'm feeling like this thing is on its death's door.
Yep.
But I would like to use my controlled surge, which means I can roll 2d8 and choose either of my wild magic effects, or if I get two of the same number, I can choose.
Go for it.
Ooh, 7 and 8. Oh yes. A bolt of light. I'm going to choose a bolt of light shoots out of my chest. It must make a Constitution saving throw, please. And I'm shooting it right in its face.
Constitution save?
Con save, please. It's probably got seriously high stats in that.
28.
28 succeeds. Nothing happens. But I can keep doing that on my turn now as a bonus action. So,
Awesome.
for my action, I would like to take out Nemiras, and
Hey!
I would like to attempt to hit it right in the face
Go
from
for
where
it.
I am. Oh shit! I've already used my bonus action. I can't do that. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a go anyway. Ooh, interesting. That because I'm raging, that's gonna be that plus that. That's a 27, sir.
27 does hit.
Oh, thank you very much. Right, we've got 2 of them, and we've got 10 of them. Okay, that is going to be 17 points of piercing damage.
Let me just double check something real quick. Short swords do piercing damage or do slashing damage?
Okay, I'm looking at the actual weapon. The stat block that you've given me specifically states piercing damage.
Let me triple check. I don't disbelieve you. This would be for your benefit.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether or not
sword.
you've given me a weapon that does slashing or piercing damage.
So it's a short sword which does piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I feel like I remember a Critical Role episode where like a character had a short sword but it did slashing damage, so I was just triple checking.
Well, it
So-
depends on what type of attack you do with it, I suppose. If you're stabbing or you slashing.
Yeah, I think just rules as written, a short sword does piercing damage, which is fine. Sorry, how much damage did you do?
17.
You drive Nimiras into the wood, and it hurts it, but the wood is thick. It doesn't do as much. Even the magical swords of Nimiras, it's not a question of it magically resisting it. It's just thick timber, which is good at absorbing the shock of a stab. It doesn't do as much damage. Sorry, one more time, what was the number?
17.
17, so halved to
eight.
8. Is that was that the piercing damage or piercing damage and force damage?
Oh, sorry. Okay, so the piercing damage was 5 plus the 10 that I get with my modifier, and then 2 for a total of 17 was force.
Okay, so it was 2 force damage.
2 force, so it actually rounds up to 9 then.
Yeah,
Half
so
of
yeah,
15 is
you
7,
get
yeah.
1 damage point extra back. The force damage
Yeah.
it is not resistant to.
Fair enough. All right. First attack, second attack. Oh god, that sucks. Does a 15 hit?
15 misses, unfortunately.
Okay, that's my turn. Bonus action, a little bit of movement, and my attack. So yeah, my attack just bounces off the wood.
Unfortunately, so.
Boo.
Scutinos,
Alright.
it's your turn. No, it doesn't have blood. Just gonna preempt that. I can't hear you, Morse.
You're muted.
That's because I muted myself. But yes, so I'm kind of like, well, it's not got blood, so what are you gonna do? Okay. After fucking about a bit, I will cast. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Actually, first of all, what's the condition of the forest around us? Or do I need to load up Firewatch on my Steam?
So, Hilira has thoroughly destroyed anything that the firestorm would have like carved a path across is You know, it smells like a rustic chimney, like in like a snow log cabin.
How is it? Does it look like it's persisting, or has it is its damage contained and it's not progressing?
Does Firestorm ignite things?
I think if I choose so, but I don't wanna. I only wanna murder the tree animals.
Okay, so if
not
you
the
didn't,
other plants.
as long as it gives you the option, then no. It was just there's just basically a path of blackened destruction and.
Yeah, if you choose plant life in the area is unaffected by this spell.
Oh, sorry. The girls are heard in double.
I think it was your headpiece that was double. It seems to mostly be gone now.
Oh.
But I think it was actually from your microphone at one point.
From my microphone?
Yeah, it seems to have gone now. I haven't seen an issue since.
Okay. Let me just quickly, if I switch back to this screen, can you girls talk for a second?
We are just girls. Girls.
Don't you just want to have fun?
I'm only seeing.
do.
So I'm only seeing 2 wavelengths. As in, like, so I've got everyone's audio meters, and when you guys talk individually, only your audio spikes. I can't.
I think the issue's been fixed. It's I don't see the issue anymore now, but when I saw
Okay.
that, I checked. But I think we're okay.
I'll be aware of that. Thank you. Sorry about that. That would then. Sorry, Scotty. What are you gonna do in your turn?
So basically just want to confirm, like, if there is damage, then what's the condition of the damage? Does it look like it's been restrained? Like, how bad is the forest? Does it look like a fire is about to start in the forest?
Based on what I've been told about how Firestorm works, no, it does not look like a fire is about to start.
Okay.
The plant life here is quite full of life and lush, and therefore, like, full of water, like most, like, sort of fresh live plants are, and it does not seem to be catching beyond the just raw power of the direct area with a Firestorm impact.
Okay, great. That's great. Perfect. In that case, I won't panic and turn into a firefighter for the rest of this fight, and instead I will reach out and blade into the palm and throw out a vitrolic sphere, again, kind of at its probably at its torso, because it's a 20-foot radius sphere, just to kind of contain it within its space. That is a dexterity saving throw, and I will cast this at 6th level.
Dexterity save, that is a 14.
That fails, so it takes 31 points of acid damage, and then at the end of its next fight, it will take an additional 12 points of acid damage.
Copy that. 31 and 21.
31 and 12.
Okay, right, sorry. The acid begins to eat into the wood. It's looking fairly hurt.
For my movement, can I try and get past it and inside the...
You can move up to it. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics check. I have not got great athletics, and that's okay because it's a 7!
It also... So, it rolled a natural 1 for a total of 9, so it still beats you.
Yeah.
So no, like, literally just, it's like, it sprouts additional branches from its legs to block your path.
Cool. And I will end my turn in its combat range, so I don't provoke an attack.
Copy. Okay. Next up it is you, Xanthia.
Okay, I think it's time to whack it with a trident.
God damn, that music was loud for a second there. Not sure what happened. 29 does hit, sorry.
Sweet. So that's 18. 19 damage.
19 damage. That's just slashing damage, or some of that. Oh yeah, some of
Slashing radiant.
Okay. Interestingly, you the slashing damage seems to connect, as in it doesn't see the way the slashing does more of an axe-like motion, and it is not able to resist that, and so that does the normal amount of damage.
Cool. Second attack. That's only 17 to hit.
17 just hits.
That was I love that.
You have a plus 15.
14.
Damn. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're fucking belt of fire giant strength.
I love that.
Don't we just?
I love that one.
A second, I'm gonna.
Okay, so that's doing math. 17, 24 points of damage. And
Damn.
I'm gonna activate two charges of the Trident 2.
Copy that. Scalding steam explodes out. Okay, so what is that? A strength save?
Strength, yeah.
Okay. Aiming throws, not actually one of its proficiencies. That would be a 10.
Yeah, that fails. So, I believe you've ruled it that it now, so it doesn't have to do
Yes.
a second save for the
I've
effect?
still
Okay,
forgotten
cool.
to update the wording of the weapon to reflect that, but yes, it is now one saving throw.
perfect.
This is one of those, it feels like it's a feels bad man if you like, it succeeds on the select, too many saving throws, so just
Yeah.
all or nothing is easier.
Okay, so the first one is 5, 11, 12 bludgeoning damage, and it is pushed 20 feet directly away from me and falls prone.
The bludgeoning damage, I will say, does not do as much damage as expected. You get the sense that anything that hits it head on, be it like a stab or a bludgeoning impact, that doesn't try to undermine Wood's naturally shock-absorbent properties, doesn't seem to do as much damage.
Okay.
Condition immunities, it is not immune to prone, so... So it is knocked 10 feet back, so it basically gets slammed against the door.
What's going to happen to Scotty when it
I
lands
unfortunately have to be slightly mean here. It can't fall backwards, it can only fall forward, so if it's knocked prone, I need
on 50 feet?
I need everyone in a 50 by 20 foot line to make a dexterity saving.
Oh!
This is like the axe tree all over again, but in the flesh.
Yep.
But
Good thing you kept Lesros literally 50 feet away.
Yes.
Literally.
Oh.
question, though, importantly, because I also activated the Steam Blast, which means it takes fire damage as well.
Oh,
Does that
have you
happen
rolled the fire
first?
damage yet?
Not yet.
Okay, fire damage definitely happens first, yeah, because it's all part of the explosive blast.
That wasn't.
And for reference,
That
I
was
also got a
5.
natural 20 on my dex save.
Yeah,
A
you're
2
fine.
and a 20.
Slay.
How much was it on the steam blast?
5.
What did you roll?
A 2 and 3 ones.
Oh!
Okay, so it does 10 points of fire damage.
Wahoo!
That is unfortunate.
Oof, 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 oof.
Let me just double check something. You know what? Fuck it. For the sake of simple... Nah, I won't have... Because I was like, I don't want to like step on Zach's toes, so I was going to have him cast Featherfall on the tree end so it doesn't crush you guys, but...
But he's here.
Is he here?
Yes.
Hey, welcome, welcome. So, quick catch up.
I can't see anyone or anything.
Oh. Can you? So you can't see? We can see you.
I
Your
can't
lovely
see.
blue shirt.
How about now?
It's teal. I have it teal, but I can't see anyone. I can only see Romeo, and that's it.
Oh, try. I'm gonna send it to you on WhatsApp if that's okay. I don't know where else to send it to you.
Yeah, WhatsApp's fine. Yeah.
Try this fresh invite link. Not this again. Come on, Video Ninja, for one night.
Okay, I'll log out and log back in again. Hold on, sir.
Perfect.
Back with you shortly.
We may survive this. We may not. Like.
While we are figuring out these technical difficulties, did you know we have a Discord? Normally Ali does this, but I decided I'm gonna do it this time. That's it.
Outstanding.
Did you know that whilst also joining our Discord, we might consider supporting our channel? Because hey, we're Twitch affiliates, which means you can subscribe. Subscribing not only gives you access to our Discord, but hey, guess what? You can earn channel points to make us, specifically Romeo, do wacky shit. And also, you get emotes.
Accurate.
Specifically catered to all of your Tempest Party needs. I might be biased here, but Botch's animated.
Has that fixed it, Zach?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So subscribe.
There we go.
Do it now. If you have a.
Sorry, say that again, Zach. Does that
Prime
fixed
account,
it?
You can subscribe for free.
I can only see you, Romeo. I can't see anyone else. I've got not visible in my corner. Everyone else.
Why is that happening?
Let me try leaving and coming back and see if that fixes it.
I mean, and I can. We can all see you.
I just can't see anyone, which is probably better, I suppose, in some ways.
Because there is
So then I
something you
can't
can
see
toggle
your
which
faces.
shows only see the director's view, but that isn't toggled at the moment.
I'm going on settings. Nope. It's not in the settings. Viewing.
Also, this might be having something to do with it. Zach's not on Twitch either.
No, so I haven't added his solo link yet. So that's
Okay,
normal.
I'll shut up.
No, it's fine. Okay. So this is the group view scene link. Maybe try that one?
Okay, hold on a second. I shall leave and go. I shall go forth and multiply.
Sorry about this. In the interim, I'm just gonna quickly roll the theoretical damage. We'll say it's 4d6. So fall slowly. So that's 3, 9, 14. Who got what on their dexterity saves?
I got a 16.
Passes.
Nadia got 16 as well.
Let me find out.
Natural
33. 19.
Passes. So everyone passes. So instead of 14 points of bludgeon damage, you take 7.
Reduced to 3 for me.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Next up, we have Amalia, who is hopefully coming along shortly.
All right. Quick one firstly. I seem to have.
Oh, sorry, I forgot Xanthia bonus action. Continue.
Now that the tree and fell on us, are we prone as well?
No, no.
or
You passed on the saving
that-
throw, so you got out the way.
It's prone on the floor now, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I get advantage, I believe.
Yeah, it's about here, and you guys would have had to basically jump out the way.
All right. So then that's a 26 to hit
26 definitely hits.
for a total of 13 damage.
Perfect. Any luck, Zach?
we're good to go.
Okay, perfect.
I see all your lovely faces.
Excellent. I will copy solo view link and add you to stream.
I hear we're in combat.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
we're
quick
fighting a
catch
big
up.
ass tree.
Quick catch up. The party chose to venture further into the forest, basically following the trail of like unnatural growth. Came across this ziggurat that seems to have risen out of the forest floor, and are now basically greeting the bouncer.
Yeah. You didn't bribe the bouncer correctly, obviously. This is the problem.
Never bribe the bouncer.
Well, it chose violence.
That is true.
We
It
just
did
burned
choose
down the
violence.
forest.
Did
What's this
Batios
we?
Is Batios choose violence? Or
No,
Actually,
Batios
no.
was very well behaved.
Hilira chose bloodthirsty violence.
Yeah, Hilera's the one who starts shit in this party. Botch is just the one who ends it.
Okay, this time it wasn't me, okay? This time the tree started it.
I thought you were at the top of the initiative round, so technically you did start it.
Fine, I did.
I did unfortunately roll a 2 on your initiative, Lazarus.
That's okay. Probably
Okay,
wise.
it is Amalia's turn.
Okie dokie, no problem. Amalia did roll a 13 on that dexterity saving throw.
Oh, she fails. She is knocked prone.
She is not prone,
And she
and it's
takes 14 points of blood.
14. I can't long rest her, but I assume she has long rested since we were in the big castle of things. So
I will
166 minus 14. Okay, so we have. She's going to use half her movement to get up from prone.
Okay.
She's going to be. She's in a. If she could rage, she would, because she's just had a flashback for basically her true love being turned against her. In the form of the axe that she had has now. Yeah. So she basically in her mind she's going, this could have been me. This could have been fucking me. And she's going to go all ham with a flurry of attacks. She's not bringing out an echo. She's just attacking it herself.
Okay. Make
So
some
that's
attack rolls.
and then she will take a fourth attack as a bonus action. So she's wielding. Oh no, it's a two-handed, so it's 3 attacks in total. So plus 12 to hit. I should do this quickly. 1, 2, 3. They're all at advantage actually. So first one is 16 plus 12. I assume hits.
Hits.
Second one is a 17.
Hits.
Okay.
Just hits, but hits.
Third one, more than that. So all 3 hit, which is this is using the. So it's an axe. I don't know if that makes a difference. It's a great axe. I don't know if that has any impact, but it's
Slashing damage it is not resistant to.
okay. Fine. This is 3d12 plus 21.
Oh shit! Sorry, I just realized something. Continue.
Takes 41 points of slashing damage across the slashing and slashy slash and the slashy slashing, and then she will she's going to manifest an echo on top of the thing
Copy that.
that's just going to I don't know, she didn't even bring it back. She just was too eager to get into it, and now she's just summoned an echo on top of it,
Summoning an echo.
which is just silently roaring, and that is it. That's her turn.
I forgot to mention, I made a mistake. I corrected it now. It is actually resistant to radiant damage as well. I've adjusted its hit points, and I'm gonna throw that out there because that's my mistake that I didn't do that before. But with Amalia's turn done, it is Lazarus, your turn.
What a creature are we facing? Sorry.
A elder treant. A
elder
very
treant.
big tree.
A very big tree. Like how big?
50 feet tall. Go get Juin.
Okay. Go ahead. Cool. Fabulous. Just so I know. And we're in a forest, correct?
Yeah, you're in the forest. You're deeper in the forest, yeah.
Okay, fabulous. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is... firstly, I'm going to... Firstly, I'm going to cast Catapult. So I found the largest rock I can find, and fly it straight at the Elder Triad. Triad, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
You guys are just bullying this poor dexterity of 6 creature. Yeah, that's a total of 5.
Excellent. So that's 5d8 damage.
Wait, no, sorry. 11, but still fails.
Yeah, 19
Yeah.
dex save. So 5d8 damage. Let's do it on D&D Beyond. So I don't have the 5d8, which is not particularly good. 21 points of damage.
21. The rock impacts into the wood, and the wood splinters slightly, but the bludgeoning damage seems a little unsuited for wood's sort of natural elastic properties. It doesn't do as much damage as you had hoped it would.
Cool. That's fine. That's my first action. I shall think about what else to do next. And Ginless, I tell Ginless to keep back. Because he's not particularly horrible creature. Job done. Turn over.
Okay, perfect.
What to do next? No, I know it's
Oh yeah, I forgot the Ginless token. Is it Ginless or Gwynnis?
Gwynless.
I will change the spelling later, but
It's less a Guinness.
yeah.
Less of what?
Guinness. Guinness. Less a Guinness.
Okay, spelling's been updated. I will delete that one. And yeah, you see his little gargoyle on the map. Okay, it is the Elder Triad's turn. I had one plan, but that's gone out the window. Give me just a second.
It was going to tell us a riddle, guys. It was going to tell us a fucking riddle. That was it.
Damn, sorry I attacked first.
There is my axe in your face.
It is going to cast Mighty Roots. It stands up to its full height, plants its hands on the ground, and the roots begin to dig deep into the ground. Before, like one after the other, these roots explode out of the ground, one near each and every one of you. And let me just double check the radius on that requirement. Each creature in a line 30 feet long and 30 feet wide from the root. Yeah, it doesn't specify whether that stacks. I don't think it does, so I'm going to assume it doesn't, because otherwise that'd be broken. So it is going to be able to... I need a placeholder for a root. Okay, we'll just use these awakened tree. Actually, no, let's just draw this out. Sorry, real quick. That's so one root's gonna do this. Another root's gonna slam here. Another root's gonna slam here. Another root's gonna slam here. Yeah, it can basically hit all of you because it can conjure, I believe, up to. Oh no, sorry, 3. The 3, each, let me just, 30 feet long. So, let me just quickly correct that, I do apologize. So, 30 feet long. That's 1 root. That's 2 roots. What?
That is the jankiest diagonal line I've ever seen.
And that's 3 roots, so it can hit all of you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
I mean, I've got to appreciate the effort put into those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Vi.
Hey!
Do you want me to roll your deck save for you? Cool.
Babe, there's a wicked echo, just letting you know.
Fuck.
17.
17. Oh my god,
Oh.
accordion high five.
Fuck. Okay, cool. You'll regret me doing that, Amalia. So, natural 1 for Scotinus, natural 1 for Amalia.
Wow. 17 fails.
17 fails.
Well, then my 14's definitely going to fail. But there we go.
Okay, right, well, I'm gonna have to do something about that in a couple of seconds, but continue.
And to basically to just ham home the cruelty, I'll just use Amalia's character sheet to roll it because I don't want to have to pull up 7d10.
Actually, Amalia does have Indomitable,
7d8.
so Vi, do you want to use your reroll save ability? Yes. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
6, 7,
Amalia's
8.
going to do better with her rerolls. So actually, dexterity, it's a dirty 20 with the
Dirty
using
20
Indomitable.
succeeds.
Yeah.
So everybody who fails takes 33 points of bludgeon damage.
Ooh, well, 16 for me.
Yeah, 16 for everybody who succeeds.
I would also like at this moment to use my reaction for unstable backlash.
Go
When I
for
take
it.
damage, I re-roll my wild magic table. Ooh, what are those two? Ooh, nice. So I would like the tree ant to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That could come to 19.
19 succeeds, that's fine. Shadowy tendrils lash out and try to wrap itself around it, but it just shrugs it off. But I gain 12 temporary hit points.
Copy.
Cool, but yeah, that's it. That's my reaction.
Top of the initiative order, it is Helios' turn.
Scotty, that is a really nice clickety-clackety keyboard.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, if you like it, I'll carry on. But no, I'll stop. I'll mute. Sorry.
Morse, did you turn your camera off? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, just as long as that wasn't a technical difficulty.
No, you're all good.
Oh, how is this tree ant looking?
Not great. It's still standing, but it's definitely taken some punishment.
Okay. Cool, cause I got hit pretty hard, you guys. I'm just a cleric, you guys. I don't have a lot of hit points.
You started it and now you're backing out. Jeez.
I know.
Okay,
Right?
officially the tree started it. I just said firestorm.
I learned a Greek hand gesture from my friend Angelo Taroukas when the equivalent of what the fuck, which is
Yep, babe. Do it again, Zach.
What do I do? Okay, I'm just gonna inflict wounds at 3rd level.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay. Oof. Okay, no, that's probably not. That's a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Okay, guess I'll just die. Well, okay, do I? No, I'm a fucking cleric. I don't have any cool bonus action shit. I do not. Cause I'm a dumbass. Wait. Do I want to leave? That's the question. No, I'm staying next to my buddy Barkios. We just high-fived because we failed our saves. And, you know, that awakens something in me. I'm going to stay put and just cry a little bit. That's my turn.
Copy that. Who's at the end of your turn is going to use another 2 legendary actions. Who does it hate the most right now? It's still you. I'm sorry, Helida. You set a fire in its flesh.
I brought it. I made it fall down.
Yeah.
There's like I don't like. There's no like.
It's fair.
Yeah,
It's fair.
right.
It should be me. I did like over 100 points of damage in one go. It's so fair.
It's... You're within 5 feet of it, so it will be at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, glad I didn't move then.
Oh, that one's cocked. That was an 18 and a 16, so the lower one was... 1 second. 30.
Yeah, that hits.
D10. $34 points of bludgeon damage. Sorry,
okay.
Sorry, 42. It's plus 10.
Cool. I'd like
Sorry, yes, plus
to use my last remaining Hellish Rebuke.
Go for it.
Let me just find my Hellish Rebuke again.
Oh my god, Vila is basically Marv from Home Alone 2 with the bricks right now.
Okay, I have 3 charges left. So that's 6. I don't know if I'm gonna need that much, but you know what?
That is a 17.
Fine. That saves, so it takes half, so I'll just remove 3 of my dice. That's 14 points of fire damage.
Double to
And
28.
with that, Hilera goes unconscious.
Okay.
Girl.
I mean, the candle that burns twice as bright and all that. So.
Yep. That legendary action brings us to Botch's turn.
Seeing my Acronian comrade fall, I scream with rage and I throw Nimira straight into its face again, attempting
for it,
to
make an
puncture
attack
it
roll.
straight between the eyes. Ooh, very nice. That is going to be 26 to hit.
26 definitely hits.
Nice. So for the damage, that is right. So first is going to be my piercing damage. That sucks. That's 11 points of piercing damage and 4 points of force damage. So 9
that.
in total again. Yeah. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to pull myself into its face.
Go for
And
it.
I'm going to aim straight for one of its eyes with my other strike. So I don't know how you want to rule that as a mechanic.
So I'll just say make your second attack roll, and I'll let you then roll the damage.
All right.
Unless I misunderstood what you were trying to do. Sorry.
No, so so I've pulled myself into its face, and
Yeah.
now that I'm there in between its eyes, I'm attempting to just puncture one of its eyes with my
Okay.
sword.
Make your attack roll as normal.
That's
There's the normal hit DC, and then there's a second DC.
Well, I rolled
AC.
30, so
Okay. Roll your damage as normal, and I'll say as you basically this sort of glowing, like knotted, like soft glowing moss, like ball, which is its eye, gets absolutely pierced. I'll say it has disadvantage on attack rolls until next time.
Nice. So my piercing damage will be a 12, and my force damage will be a 5. So I don't know how you.
Copy
11
that.
points in total, I think. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Alrighty, good stuff. That'll be my turn as I end my turn with a with my legendary weapon in its eye.
Perfect. At
50
the end of
foot
your
off the
turn, it's going
ground.
to use its last legendary reaction to restore 15 hit points to itself using Heal Flora or Fauna. In an almost like desperate attempt to like it's basically like trying to mend the damage, but like the blade is still in the eye socket, so it just can't.
Yeah.
That is it for him. Scotty, it's your turn.
Okie dokie. This is a fucking fun time for all involved. How badly hurt does it appear to be at this
Pretty
stage?
badly hurt at this stage.
All right. I I don't want to burn everything. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I actually didn't check how many charges I've got left on the glaive. So let me just quickly do the long and see what I ended up with that. 8, so I'm on 9 charges. Let me just update that. Will I use anything from this? Probably not.
Did you use charges the day before?
No, but I've only had 1 long rest since. And you only regain charges. So we had the long rest. Oh, there'd be 2 times that I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Good point. And that's enough. Okay, it's fully charged. Great. Thank you very much. I will... I really want to use the Friends cantrip, just because it's... This is spine adjacent, but I don't think that's going to do anything at this stage. So I will head around this fucking thing. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25... well, if you do that, so that'd be 30, 35, 40 feet of movement in total. Stepping over Amalia, stepping over Hilira, and then as my action, I'll reach down and kind of just reach forward and just kind of like grip her arm as if to kind of pull her back up, even though she's not conscious. But I will use an instance of Farrakha's balm and be pulling her to her feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. So I do. That's for my action. So you regain a total of 1d8 plus some. It's not much. It's 7 hit points, but you are back up. And I kind of like spend the time just kind of bring you to your feet. And then I look up, and I'll spend 2 sorcery points to bonus cast another vitrolic sphere at the very top of the height of this tree, so that it's only the tree that's in the radius of it.
Go for it.
And that's another dexterity saving throw, please.
That will also hit me. I'm right at the top of this thing.
That is a 16 on the dex save.
That's a very good point. Sorry, Botch.
No, that's fine. I mean, I rolled a 19.
You've succeeded, and you said what did
You
it?
get a +4.
What would you say it got? For
It
what's
got
the tree?
a 16. Also, Botch is not within 10 feet of you, Xanthia.
But the DC
okay.
is 17. If you rolled a 19,
Yeah.
you've succeeded,
Yeah.
Botch. So the tree fails, though. So you only take half of this, because I did also cast this at 5th level. So that's 12d4 this time. So it takes 28 points of acid damage. You take 14, Botch. And it will take another... half of that again in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm glad I got this temporary hit point.
I've rolled that incorrectly. I rolled D8, 6. I rolled the wrong dice, so ignore that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the end of its next turn, it will take another 11 points of acid
Sorry,
damage.
what was the first amount of damage?
So first one was 28.
Okay.
Second one is 11 at the end of its next turn.
Oh, I don't think I did the damage from the other one. What was the first
That was
one?
12. That was 12.
Okay. Good to know. Carlos, it is Xanthia's turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go at it again with the trident. Is
Copy
it
that.
still prone, by the way?
No, it stood up.
Okay. Then that's only a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Okay. So that's hold on, where's my character sheet? There. I should know my modifiers, but anyway. 16 points of slashing and 1 point of radiant damage.
Okay, so 17. It's looking fairly
Second
rough.
attack. That's another 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
That's 13 slashing and 2 radiant.
15.
And bonus action bonking time. That's 10 bonk and
Halved
2
to 5.
radiant.
And 2. It is very rough. For a tree, it's very rough right now. And I believe that brings us to Amalia's turn. Amalia?
Why are we fighting a tree?
It attacked you first.
It's guarding something.
It just caved Heliara's head in, basically. That got her attention.
Can someone roll for me, please? This thing's still loading.
Okay,
But I would
Terminator.
like the slashy slash.
Okay,
the
T1000.
tree.
Your voice just went like robotic for a second in like a very creepy way. Go ahead, Morse.
You had an incarnation that was on its back, but I think is probably just floating in the air next to it at this stage.
Yeah.
So you've already summoned your thingy, so you don't need to use a bonus action to bring it into existence.
Echo slashy slash the tree though.
Yes, you can.
Ken, I'll do that. 1, 2, 3 attacks.
That was new.
One of those is a natural 1. That's the last one is a natural 1.
Misses.
The other one, the lowest, is a 20.
Hits.
So that's 2d12 plus 14. $24 spread across the first two attacks, and then nat 1 on the last strike.
Like Amalia is just like full on like just trying to cut this thing in half. She straight up is like just hacking, and this thing is starting to splinter and break apart. The leaves are shaking off. It is very near death. Do you want to unleash incarnation or anything like that, or just leave it be?
No, I want to unleash incarnation and split this tree for putting my little human down.
Babe, I'm gonna ask you to just be slightly mindful. Like every like minute or so, your voice like sounds like something out of Altered Carbon.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
That's exactly what that reference is, yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Yep, already done. That it was a 19 on the die plus 12.
Hits.
So definitely hits. And then d12 plus 7 of damage. That's a 12. There we go. That's 19 points of slashing
How does
damage.
Amalia want to do this?
Oh, you want to just bisect it? Oh, so sort of almost like woodcarver style. So
It's
it's like
like-
just kind of stepping.
Okay, I'm gonna show my age here a little bit. But like it's like the death animation of Treants in World of Warcraft, where Amalia's like shink, and then the Treant doesn't know what's going on before it looks down, and then it starts sliding, and then its like torso slides off its legs, and then the legs.
In response to
And-
this, am I able to finesse a jump off, or am I just fully bamfing a huge amount of damage?
Make an
as well?
acrobatics check.
Featherfall.
No, make an
Featherfall,
acrobatics
nah.
check.
Nice. Acrobatics. Oh, God, that sucks. That's a 10.
10 is enough. Botch. As you swing around to avoid hitting the fall, you see a black disc appear next to you that has a circle at the center before it vanishes, followed by another black disc that has an X on it at the center and then vanishes. And the last black disc has a triangle on it that then vanishes. And then you stick the landing, shing, and then put this one down. Quick time event.
Yeah, got it. Love those QTEs. Cool. Amazing.
Okay, and combat appears to be over.
And I
First
was-
things
and I was
first,
saving
sheathing-
my disintegrate spell. Damn it.
Yeah. Sheathing my Nimiras for a second, I run over to Hilira to inspect her, dropping rage as I do, to see whether or not she's actually still awake, because I had no idea what was happening down there while I was plowing my swords into this thing's face.
Bacchus, did you see me? I did like fire and I heard it so bad. I was like, this is something Bacchus would do and he's gonna be so proud of me. And then I went down.
Yeah,
Bacchus, you're especially concerned because she's not talking at you, she's talking to a like nearby stump as she says this. He looks a
Oh,
little
yeah,
concussed.
Taking her shoulders in my hands, I sort of like twizzle her towards me. You you did just fine. And as I do this, I pump my level 1 cure wounds into her.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a gift from Clothis. So it's a D8 plus 1. So you take another 8 hit points back. As I try to. Yeah, you did a great job. Very proud of you.
Thanks.
At that point, Xanthia has made her way over to them. And she's like, how hurt are you?
Well, on a scale of 0 to 102,
On a scale of spruce
50.
to oak.
Nice.
I can heal myself. I'm a
I can
no.
do it.
I'm a cleric. Is anyone?
I can do it. Let me do this, okay? And she just gently, like caresses her your cheek and gives you a little 4th level cure wounds.
Goodness.
I now have 4th level things. That's 48 plus 4. I'm just gonna roll it on beyond. Ooh, 27.
It's interesting. You go to leave the kiss, and as it moves back, you see the impression of your lips, but almost as a red, like a cartoonish like brand kind of thing, like glowing red, like embers. It doesn't hurt or anything. It's just like it looks like a glowing brand for half a second before it fades.
That's interesting.
Why did that feel warm?
Because love.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Oh, by the way, Amalia, just a quick
Everyone
little heads
else
up. So sorry to interrupt, Hilira. I equipped and attuned the Vancian helm that Bithynia gifted you for you, Amalia. What? Okay.
Does anyone else need healing? Are we okay?
Scotinus looks a little bit. He's sporting almost like a cartoonish bump on the side of his face, or just on his forehead. He looks a little dazed, but he otherwise seems fine. But doesn't respond. He's looking at the remains of the tree, and I'd like to try and see if I can determine if this was a native to the Vale or a recent addition.
Make a nature or arcana.
Both the same. I think nature will be the one.
Okay, I'm gonna say make a nature check.
7.
Impossible to tell. There are creatures very much like this that are native to the Vale. You don't see anything that sets it apart.
Lesros sees what his new colleague is doing and walks over and goes, "Good angels, what are you looking at?"
You get treants in the Vale, but this one was very adamant of its opinion we shouldn't be here, and that again can be a thing, but it just struck me as odd, almost instructed or commanded. I was trying to determine if this was a local or a visitor from another forest.
Do you mind if I have a little gander at it?
I mean, you're probably going to know more than I
have read some tomes on.
Oh yeah, 100%. Make an Arcana check. For you, it would be definitely an Arcana check, Lesros.
Okay, well let's see what we come up with. He whips out a pair of pince-nez glasses and sort of looks at it very carefully and watches it all and with a 19.
19.
Quite a low roll.
You've studied some treants out in the wild, as well as, and you're a studious person. You've been around a while, so you've certainly seen a lot of the length and breadth of Theros, studying samples and things like that. There are treants. There are certainly also elder treants, ancient creatures. This one, you see nothing that suggests that it doesn't belong here. The kind of the kind of tree that it is, doesn't look out of place in terms of a native flora. But you do see the wood is bowed and engorged in places that doesn't quite look right. There's almost too many leaves in certain places. It's strange. It almost seems enhanced.
Can I relate that to the zombies we saw previously and look at things like the connection between the two?
You're starting to piece it all together. The zombie, the way the even dead wood seemed to sprout with new life after it had been impacted or left in the wake of things. Whatever forces here seems to have a corruption of the sort of natural nature variety that basically just makes it come alive and creates growth where there is none, or creates more where there is.
I believe, my dear colleague, that I think these creatures, this treant has been engorged with life. That seems to be the problem. It seems to have been given more energy and more blessing and growth, which I think may have turned it a little bit bad in its decision-making processes.
Do you think it could reanimate?
I'm not so sure about that, but if we want to be sure, we'd just burn it. But I don't know. I mean, that's just my, logical brain speaking here. I don't want to tread on any druidic toes, so to speak.
Well, and I kind of take a look around and note that the forest is not actually damaged, having in the wake of it assumed that Hilira had performed some form of crime, which if there were taboos, that would probably be one of them. And goes, well, if we do it carefully, or we can proceed. I don't know how long it would take. We could just proceed. The way is unbarred now, at least.
This is true too. Sometimes it's wise not to have creatures at our back, shall we say?
Very well. How do you go about burning it?
I was going to just grab and see if are there any other stones around, or is it just woodland, or is there any rock or stone?
No, there's rocks.
This obelisk?
There's a few rocks.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. If you want rock or stone, I just cast wall of stone around it.
I don't think that's necessary.
Oh.
I think I should have it under control.
Okay.
Well, just better to be safe than sorry, right? That's what I believe.
But if it's at the expense of, well, wasting magic on this before we head into this very, I don't know, creepy thing, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, okay, if that's what you wish. I thought not to cast wall of stone around it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Xanthia reaches into her bag and just pulls out a little tinderbox, lights a match, drops it on the remains of the treant, and then uses the control flames cantrip to first spread the flames to its entire body, but then uses it to just contain it too.
Very good.
So it doesn't spread.
If you're going to burn this whole thing using control flames in a controlled manner, that'll probably take an hour or so. So you guys could, everyone but Xanthia could take a short rest if they wanted to.
I will position myself kind of sat against the obelisk, keeping an eye on the doorway, kind of just keeping an ear out in case something comes out.
Copy, copy.
Fudge, babes, how hurt are you?
Arch?
Not hurt at all.
I have
Ali.
got. Yeah, I know. I was just checking it. I've got. Out of
sorry.
173 hit points, I have 152, so I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Then I will snuggle with my unicorn.
Okay. You snuggle with your unicorn and restore those hit points.
Oh.
Come to the end of the long rest, and the tree is thoroughly burned. Nothing is left. Only the now unobstructed stone doorway in front of you, the two of you.
Nice.
So, Tempest, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna get up and go straight into the try and open the big stone doorway.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Damn right. How he's cooking. That's a 25.
Easy enough. The door is not locked or anything. It's definitely a God of War situation in terms of that same animation that they does. Botch holds them apart. Everyone sort of moves under his arms to get inside, and then you move it aside, let go, and it slams behind you. And you are greeted by what you thought was going to be darkness. But instead is something we'll come back to after our break, because it's 9 o'clock, and I think that probably makes sense. Let's say meet back here at 9:15 or in 10 minutes or so. Is that enough for everybody?
Yep.
Tip top.
Perfect. Thank you to
Sounds
everybody
good.
out there. We'll see you soon, and we'll be right back. We are DC30. And we're back. So we come to, as you, Tempest, come into, and the door slides shut behind you. And you expected darkness. However, what you come to instead is, you see, a faint dim light being perpetuated by these bioluminescent spores floating in the air. Everything is lit up with a pale blue light. Is the ambience kicking in? Oh, I think I mean, that should be working. Sorry, one sec. Oh, god damn it again. Okay. That should
Do
be
I
working.
recognize the type of creature?
What, the spores? Make a nature check.
11.
You do not. Now, give me just 1 second. I will get the dungeon map ready.
Uh-oh.
Oh
See-
no.
See, whenever a DM says that,
As the
speaking
door
as a DM,
closes behind
you
us,
know that things
should
are about to
I
go
use
wrong.
my divine sense again, just to make sure there's
Can
no...
I go home?
Yeah.
Actually, question.
Yeah.
Before we go in, like before we were going in, like when Santiago was doing the fire thing,
Mm-hmm.
can I go up to? Okay, I don't know what Zach's character is called,
Lesros.
so I didn't want to. Okay, can I go up to Lesros and
yeah.
ask him what was in the helm that I'm wearing? That I don't know what's in it.
Okay, so yes, you have Bithynia's Vancian helm. And you come up to him, what do you say?
Hi. I know I keep asking you to find out what things are, but like,
I don't know what's in here. I need to know what's in here because, like, let's say it's fire, and I accidentally use it on like one of you guys thinking it's healing, because normally we would put healing in here. Like that's a bad thing. I don't want to burn anyone unless they're, bad people. So can we find out what's in here?
Certainly, and he sort of touches one of his arms, and a tattoo lights up and casts Identify on the helm.
Perfect. You learn what the helm does as well, Lesros. It's quite a piece of magical engineering. So it takes the form of a Meletian helm. So out of character, that would be evocative of like an Athenian helm in terms of the blue plumage and like a hoplite helm. This one in particular, as Amalia has attuned to it, seems to have expanded slightly and sort of reshapen to accommodate her lioness face. The actual crest itself, as opposed to being like a short metal part with a long plume, it has a long crest at the part that gets shorter and shorter as it goes to the back, almost like a cockatoo thing, and just a very sort of thin, like a very short plume, like from the top to the bottom. Like the plume's only about this long. It's more crest than anything else. That's expanding. It is a Vancian helm. It can store a 4th level spell, up to a 4th level spell, that simply needs to be cast into the helm by somebody. And it can just do so at will. There's no limit to how many times it can do it a day. It is currently holding on to a 4th level flame blade.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't the helm also have little slot for my ears to poke out?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to get like foofies.
Don't crush the ears. So I tell I tell Amalia that, and as I do, I'm like, oh, I'm writing notes down on my own little diary of magical items that I have encountered.
And Amalia, you think back to Bithynia's words, just that echo of, it was always wasted on me. I left you surprise in there. Now go kick ass. And you understand more what she meant.
Question.
Yeah?
What is flame blade?
So,
what does it do?
I will pull up the exact wording for you.
Would have been really useful in the fight we just had.
You evoke a fiery blade in your free hand that lasts for 10 minutes. It's similar in size and shape to a scimitar, so it'd be more like a kopis, so it'd be a short sword, technically. However, you can use your action to make a melee spell attack with the fiery blade. On a hit, the target takes 3d6 fire damage. The flame also makes, like, bright light in 10 feet and dim light for additional 10 feet. Now, Bithynia is the one who cast the spell into the helm. So it uses her spell attack modifier, which would be a +10 to attack rolls. Also, since it's at 4th level, it's 4d6 fire damage, not 3d6. I'll send you a screenshot of the wording of the thing. On what Discord or WhatsApp, babe?
Maybe WhatsApp, because that's what I've got open on the laptop.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Cool, and yeah, just bear in mind it's 4th level. But yeah, that's the wording of the spell, and it's +10. So yeah, you do that, and as also you take the time to cast Identify, and everyone should be able to hear the ambiance well enough. And no, man, that ambiance did get really quiet all of a sudden. Let me just triple check something. Yeah, no, it's at the middle of the road. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there, but okay, if the ambience randomly spikes, let me know. Just have turned it up louder on stream. Anywho, I am going to activate the dungeon map. First, let me make it visual on the screen. Battlecam. Make visible. Yes, Lazarus?
I don't have access to your tabletop.
Oh, I'm so. Oh, you went through that whole fight without knowing what was going on. I'm so sorry.
No, I went on the Twitch screen and Twitch to
Right,
watch
right.
myself on the Twitch screen where I improvised. I adapted, overcame. I used my intelligence. Which is
Okie
fine.
dokie. Well, we're on the same Wi-Fi
Nice.
network now, so this local network one should work.
Oh, it won't because I'm not on the net on your.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, well, here's the actual internet one then. The second one. Just need to paste that into a browser.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so we've got the visuals open, and I will activate this. And so you stand before you with the door in front of you, like a secondary door. Do you choose to open it?
Just waiting to see what it looks like when it loads. Is this another large map by perchance?
It's not that large. It's smaller than most I've done. Oh, reset fog of war. Okay, can you guys see okay?
I am getting nuts.
I can
Loading.
No, I can see my face, and that is it.
That's fine, that should be all you can see right now, because I haven't opened the door yet. Cool.
Oh, that's dim. It's just a dim old place.
Well, okay, the door hasn't been opened yet.
Alright.
Zach, you okay? You can see?
No, I got nothing. It's not
Nothing.
loading up. No, it's loading, but it's not coming up with anything. Just doing the circle.
It let you sign in though, right?
Nope. I got nothing, baby.
I'm not sure why that is. Is this the same? Yeah, should be the same invite link. I'm sorry. I just genuinely have no idea. Everyone else has been able to get in, right? It's just taking ages to load.
Change
I'll
the
try and-
browser to see if that works.
I could,
What browser are you using?
Well, I've used Opera, which is a Chrome-based one, and I've used Chrome, and I'm now using Firefox and seeing if that works.
Okay, Chrome should work. Although Firefox, for some reason, it does like Firefox. I think sometimes it likes Firefox better, but it's hard to tell. Okay, I'll obviously do my best to narrate as well. As in, I'm not forsaking
I'll
narration.
watch it on the screen.
There's a secondary door, similar to the last one, that stands before you. Do you proceed?
Are there any markings on that door?
Make a perception check.
Forgot that was cocked. Let's try again. That's a 19.
You don't see any other markings on this door.
I mean, we've killed the doorman. Clearly, there's going to be nothing else to worry about going forwards. So that's it.
I would hesitate to say such things, sir. The gods are fickle, and the gods are very notorious for saying, "Here's one thing. No, there's not going to be anything else. Here's something else, even worse." Perhaps we'd be a little prepared for what may come through the door when we open it.
I could try and sneak under to see what's in the next room, in such a way to not raise suspicion, or
Is there any gap through?
You don't see any gap, unfortunately.
Can I put my ear to the door? Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Okay, don't fail me, dice, please. You failed. You failed me. 14.
Nope, don't hear anything.
I think it's safe, you guys.
All right, Botch, you push the door open, and you see a spacious vestibule chamber lined with supporting pillars that meet a vaulted ceiling. 4 alcoves in the north and south walls hold bramble-choked, life-size statues of religious figures, though one of the statues has been smashed and lies mostly in rubble. Set into the west wall is a cistern full of dark, murky water. Doors exit to the north and south.
What kind of religious figures are those statues
Make
of?
a religion
Like the
check.
gods? Oh no, that's a 4 on the die for a total of 4.
Those statues are pretty.
How much is it? Do we have light at all? Like, is it? What's
Oh yeah,
mechan-
the
like,
entire area is dimly lit by these continuing magical spells.
all I can see is just a grey space, like a grey. Like I can see the shape of the enclosure, but I can see like the fog of what might be a fog of war, but I can't see anything in it. So I can see our tokens, and I can see a grey. I'll just print screen and send it to you, Romeo, so you can see what I'm seeing. Just so I'm making sure if that is what it should look like to you.
Let me just have a look-see here. No, it should be absolutely lit. It is lit on my screen.
Does anyone else see anything other than just a grey? Like, does everyone see what the stream shows on there? Oh, you can. So it's just me doing something weird then.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like, can everybody else see?
I can see.
I can see. At least her token.
Well, see, I can see the tokens and I can see like the grey space, but when I look at the stream, there's like a lot
Let me
more
triple check
artistry that
your
I'm missing.
character is able to perceive light. Yeah, your character has vision. Yeah, it's got basic vision.
I'll try and reload it and see if that makes a difference.
Zach, did you do it all lowercase?
Yeah, all lowercase.
Like it's the same pass. Oh wait. Oh god.
There isn't one.
I'm such a
isn't
fool. There isn't a password for the Foundry. It's just
Okay.
You should be able to just click and proceed without putting leave the field blank
Okay.
and just click and proceed.
Reloading worked for me, so I can see now.
Sorry, there's only a password for me, and I don't know why it shows up for everybody for the same thing. Okay.
No worries. Can I have a look at the statues and make a religion check?
Go ahead and make a religion check.
That's going to be an 18 plus 6 for a 24.
You recognize, maybe not the figures per se, but you recognize their demeanor. These robust figures and snarling expression, power and anger. And you note, you recognize one of them. Her name is Eliafa. The others' names escape you, but these are all aspects. Specifically, Titan aspects. Disciples of Titans. Each one of them has this, each one of them has these roots and vines mixed into their design, into their carving of the statue. And you know for a fact, you remember that Eliafa in particular, and you surmise, because a lot of these other ones share her design of root and vine, like incorporated into the carving of her statue, was a Titan aspect of Uro, Titan of nature's wrath.
Okay, I inform the party of this. And I go, in my readings, I have discovered X, Y, and Z.
What are these objects in the corners?
They are vases. Skotinos,
Yes.
as you move to examine them,
Oh dear.
you see the water ripple. Before all of a sudden, these two watery elementals emerge out of the water, and they're both going to take a surprise swipe at you.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Do I have the other encounter prepared? No, I do not. Great new. Run encounter. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Whoopsie, I did a boo-boo, so sorry.
Let's make them visible.
Oh my gosh, I rolled a natural 20.
Okie dokie. 25 to 20.
29.
Damn.
Madness. Pure madness. 20. Only 20.
20. Very good. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
Sorry, 16.
Nice.
17. Sorry, I didn't make it in time to tell you.
That's fine. 17 for Amalia. 10 to 5.
9.
Damn. Also, I'm just gonna get rid of Bithynia. 9. What'd you roll, Botch?
You're muted.
2 natural ones.
Damn. For a total of?
4.
Okay. That is unfortunate.
Oof.
Yep.
Top of the
That's
initiative
the lowest
order,
I've ever rolled for
Hilira.
initiative. 2 natural ones.
Hilira.
Oh no, I don't know what to do. Okay. There are 2 water people.
Yep.
I generally like water people.
I almost
Water
forgot, sorry.
people have
Just
done-
before you go, they are going to take their 2 surprise swipes. I did forget about that. I'm so sorry.
It's alright, I was hoping you had.
So... Yeah, they're each going to take a slam attack against you. That's cocked, and that's a natural 1. So, but the one of them... Oh, wait, so it's advantage because it's just surprised, but that's still not great. So, 17 to hit?
Am I able to take reactions?
I believe so. Nothing about being surprised says you can't take
Cool, great.
reactions. It's just that they have advantage, right?
Fine, so I will reactively cast shield then.
Okay, well, let me just triple check that before I...
Yep.
D&D surprised reactions. Oh. D&D surprised condition reactions. You can't take a reaction until that turn ends, I'm sorry.
Okay, then the 17 does hit.
Okay, so they'll... Yeah,
I thought that was the case, so I just
Yeah.
wanted to double check.
No, that's fair. They'll both hit. So the first one deals... that's a 12 points of bludgeon damage and 4 points of poison damage, although I can't remember if you're immune at this point.
No, I don't think I have any. I have a advantage to resist poison.
Okay, second attack does 14 points of bludgeon damage and 4 points of poison damage.
So it was one was 12, one was 14.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's a surprise round. I'm sorry about that, Virla. Go ahead, Hilira.
No, it's totally fine. It just gave me a chance to stress out about what I was gonna do. Am I responsible? Am I a responsible cleric, or am I not? Usually I would say no. I feel a little bit guilty for going down in the last fight. Just a little bit. So, oh gosh, I just threw myself off the map. I'm having a great time. I'd like to... I'm gonna cast 4th level guiding bolts at the one near Skotinos if I can.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Okay, come on, don't fail me, dice. You just rolled a natural 20. I believe in you. No. That was a natural 1.
Sorry.
It's fine.
The guiding bolt goes wide, and nothing happens.
I'm distracted. I like water people. They've been nothing but kind to me.
Scotty, it is your turn.
Also, I'll move forward a little bit.
Well,
Copy that.
fuck. This is a grand old fuckastrophe. So we will, I'm assuming they're both on me at this stage.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, I am going to use the glaive of Xenagos to cast Kinetic Jaunt. Which now means I no longer provoke attacks of opportunity. And then I will take a sort of like parrying stab with the glaive
Okay, make an
at
attack
one
roll.
of them. 18 to hit.
18 does hit. Damn.
On a 1d10 plus 1, I roll a 1, so it takes 2 points of slashing and needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oof. That is a 10.
Fails. It has disadvantage on the first attack roll made against me until the end of their next turn.
Copy that.
But I will then move back, going shit, and that's my turn.
I'm imagining you doing little goat hops as you do it that are actually surprisingly dainty.
Like I'm kind of like, almost like bouncing, like my feet kind of like gripping unnaturally on like the little pillars as I'm kind of like hopping away.
Okay.
That's me.
It is Amalia's turn.
There she is.
Okie dokie. I can only see what's on the Twitch stream. So I can't see much because it's not zoomed in.
It's okay. That's as much as I can
What
zoom
am-
in.
Okay, so you see the mer people.
They're water elementals, so they're like literally just amalgamated water. But yes.
Can my echo go like near them?
Just your echo. So you'd have to get a little closer.
And then my echo
10.
will do a daunting roar.
Okay. One second.
Okay,
Let me
done
just
then.
get the measuring tool. You'd have to get a little bit closer. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Will get you close enough that you can manifest the echo.
And then
yeah, I'll allow your echo to do a daunting roar.
daunting roar.
Like this phantom echo appears in
Yeah.
front of these, and it goes. Roar! Wisdom saving throw. What is the DC?
17.
Natural 3 for the first one, but a natural 17 for the second one. So one of them is now frightened. I will say it is. I'll say the one that's frightened is the other one, the one that Scotty didn't attack. So that guy is now frightened. Very good. It's gonna have a bad time. That's a bonus action. You can still
Good.
take
It
an
should.
action, I believe, Amalia. Yeah, Daunting Roar is a bonus action. Oh, shit. Okay, so summoning your echo would have been a bonus action. I will let you do Daunting Roar as your action, but that will be your turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Very good. Lesseros,
Thank
this
you.
is your turn.
Okay. Weirdly, on Foundry, I've got a limited view that I have on Twitch, but I only can see the main.
Well, so Foundry is using everyone's view. So because the Foundry
Oh, okay.
cam or like the stream cam can see out of everyone's eyes, it can see what everyone can see. On Foundry, it's just what you can see.
I see. Right, we'll just measure some distance. That's your echo, correct? Not.
Yeah, like she has plenty more where she got where that came from.
Okay, let's see if I can center it here. Sorry, I'm just seeing what I can do.
I know what you're doing, and I'm loving the imagery of Lesseros like lining it up, like.
Yeah, he's just basically calculating very quickly whether he's going to take too many people out with it. But he thinks it's probably worth the effort, and he's trying to try and center it a little to the left, to the north.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's going to do erupting Earth. So
Oh, erupting Earth. That is not what I thought you were going to do. Is it a 20-foot diameter or 20-foot radius?
It's 20 foot. It's 20 foot cube.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can create that for you. For future reference as well, you should be able to use the measurement tab to draw, like, why is it?
So, yeah, I'm doing erupting Earth, which is a 20-foot cube, centered on a center point.
Oh, sorry. God, I suck at this. 1 second. That is... yeah, that's close enough. So, about there. Yeah, you can hit them both without hitting Heliota.
Okay, so that is a erupting Earth. That is a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oof, I don't believe that is their strong suit. I think you guys are picking up on a theme here. Oh no, they're actually pretty dexterous. That's an 18 on the first one. And a 24 on the second one. They rolled pretty decent.
They both save, so they take half damage. They take half damage, so bludgeoning. And I rolled not great. So what is that? 19 points of damage, half. That's 8. And the ground in that area has become difficult terrain. The stone has erupted and disturbed all the water and disturbed everything around there, and it's all difficult terrain there.
Copy that. It is the first Drown Elemental's turn. That is what they're called. Oh, sorry. Was there something else, Lazarus?
It's bonus action, telekinetic. Can I do telekinetic?
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Apologies for that.
No, that's fine. Just making sure I can. 30 feet. No, I'd have to move closer, and I don't want to move closer. So no.
Okay.
That's fine.
First Drown Elemental. It doesn't know that Amalia is just an echo, so it's gonna try to use its Drown attack against her. That is a natural 19 plus 8. You guys watch as this elemental uses its drown attack. It literally pours its entire body into Amalia's Echo's mouth, like filling the nostrils as well. And like you watch it drown in real time. And the Echo vanishes harmlessly. It's an Echo.
Isn't it frightened of Amalia?
Oh, that's a disadvantage, sorry. It misses with the drowning attack, so you don't see that visual, so you don't know that it can literally pour itself into your lungs, so be aware of that. Yeah, no, it missed the attack. It's your turn.
Oh gosh, already. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna walk up to the one that is frightened of Amalia. And also
Okay.
close to Hilera because that's scary. And I'm just gonna try to poke it with the trident. I don't
Make
know
an
if
attack
that will
roll.
do anything, but we'll find out. That's a 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
Cool beans. So that's only 10 points of slashing and 4 points of radiant damage.
So, 14.
That all goes through. Okay, cool. Then second attack is a 17 plus 14.
Hits.
A trillion to hit.
Yeah, hits.
So that's a 17 points of damage.
Damn. All the hits seem to be landing.
And for my bonus action, I rolled a nat 20. So
Oh boy.
crit on the d4. And hold on. You know what? It's been a while since I've been smited, so let's also just put just a first level smite into that.
Oh boy, this poor thing.
That's okay. Let me just look up how much that does. That would be 3d8, I believe, of
Our first
smite,
level is
right?
2d8,
No, more.
but you double the result with the nat 20.
Okay, but I also always add 8d8.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I thought you were just asking
I'll
about
just smite.
the spell slot Divine Smite. No, you always add a d8, yes. So that would be 3d8 and then double the result.
Okay. So, on the attack, it's just, sorry, my brain is really slow today.
It's all good. I feel like you nat twit on the bonk way more than on the actual trident hits. I don't know.
Yeah, for real, it's a shame. So it's 13 slashing and 8, 9, 15, 30 radiant?
How do you want to do this?
Does that so I just see this amalgamation of water just like a lot too close to my girlfriend for my liking. So I'm rushing in, slashing as I run in, twist the trident and just kind of like bring it down on the floor and just squash it, and water splashes everywhere, and Xanthia just stands there in the like little mist that comes down, and she just looks at Hilera. You okay over there?
I should note, tell me if this is too mean. It wasn't just water. It was like murky, mucky, like shit. So when you said everything flying in older. No, I'm kidding. You know what? No, like, it missed all of you by some miracle.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
that
ruin
was my
that mo
turn.
for you. That was badass. And that guy's dead. It is the other one's turn. Seeing this, It's going to rush and try to do its drown attack against you, Xanthia. That would be a 21 to hit.
Sure.
Shield other.
Although, hang on. Oh, like, I'm going to tell you now, you can save your shield other.
Okay.
You don't need it. Because it specifically said, the target cannot breathe unless it can breathe water. So this thing literally pours itself into your lungs. And you're like, "Oh." It's a little awkward because your mouth is like, "Oh," but you're like, "Oh."
Yeah, Xanthia's just standing there like, bro, what the fuck?
It has an intelligence of 1. It doesn't know. Yeah, it's not able to suffocate you. I don't even believe you take the bludgeoning damage. Okay. These guys are not having a good day. Botch, it's your turn.
Right. So I'm not able to see a lot in here. I don't have dark vision, so.
But it
I
should be
can
all
only
dimly. It's all
ascertain
dimly lit
what's
by the
going-
spores.
Oh, dimly lit. Okay, then I can see shades of what's going on. I can see something coming up in front of me. So I'm just thinking, hey, let's just get in there and start slashing. So I'm gonna run. I'm gonna take a step forward. Let me get to Foundry. I'm gonna take a step forward here.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take out Numiras and just start hacking away at this fucker.
Yeah. Go for it.
So
Oh, I'm
first
sorry.
attack.
You do take bludgeoning damage, Xanthia, but it'll be at the start of your turn.
Nah. So first attack will be a 29.
29 definitely hits.
Fucking better. Oh god, that's ass. I'm not raging, so that's gonna be that.
But 29
that
never
is-
misses. You guys know you're fucked.
Yeah. That is. Oh, that plus 7 is. That's 13 points of slashing damage.
Nice.
Oh, slashing / force damage.
Yeah,
And
it all seems to
second
connect.
Attack is nice. Second attack will be a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Which I assume hits. And
Yep.
Yep. And that's going to be a 15 points of damage.
15 does hit. Oh, sorry, 15 points of damage, yeah. Got
Oh,
it.
sorry, no. 15
Yeah.
points of damage.
Yeah, sorry, I
after
made a
24
mistake.
to hit. Okay, yeah, but that'll be my turn.
Did you use your bonus action?
Yep. No, I didn't. But I don't really see a need to.
Okay.
Oh yeah, two weapon fighting. You're right. So
It's like,
last
I've done
attack.
enough this turn. I won't swing again.
Oh, that's fun. That's a natural 20.
Oh god, yeah.
That's 2 brutal criticals, which is an extra 4d6. So the
extra
double dice
2d6.
plus 7. That is going to be. No. Extra. You roll 1 extra dice per dice you should have rolled. So because I roll an extra dice. No, I roll 2 dice per attack, right? 1 force and 1 slashing, right?
Yes, but it's the weapons die, not the. I don't know if like fling tongue, for
Oh.
example, like you don't roll an additional d8 with a fling tongue weapon. I believe it is just the weapon. Die.
That's fair enough. All right then.
If I
Okay.
recall
Then
correctly,
that's-
I'm happy to
that's-
be. You know what?
No.
For fun, I'll let you roll
that
the
makes
force
sense.
damage as well on this.
That's
No, go for it.
Awesome. Okay, so that is. Okay, so that's 17.
This thing's fucked either
plus,
way, so I figure why not.
Plus 9 is 26. Plus 31. Oh, that's 36 points of damage.
Xanthia, Nimiras comes entirely too close for your liking, but it basically just, in some fashion similar to what you did, you swing your sword through the water so fast, it just literally creates this elemental splashes apart way too fast. How do you want to do this?
Nice. So what I'd ideally like to do is slash a couple of times, watch it try to reform, and as it reforms, I just want to plunge my offhand blade straight down the center of its forming mass and just twist it apart before wrenching my blade out, and it just goes spreads everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Murky water stains every wall. Combat appears to be over.
Ugh. Nice.
A peace returns. So you have a door to the north and a door to the south. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go and have a look at that pot I was looking at before.
I will go towards the northern door and investigate the northern door.
Go for it. Feel
Can
free
I
to move your character.
investigate the other door?
Yes, you can. I will move you, Lazarus.
There better be something great in this pot.
Make an investigation check, Hilira.
Okay.
Scotty, make an investigation check.
Okay. Everyone roll investigation. That was a natural 19.
13.
4.
You find
Dirty
2
20.
silver and a copper piece in the pot.
1.
What did you roll on the investigation check, Lazarus?
16.
16.
No, sorry, 18. 18. Sorry, 18.
You prodded a little bit. There's no markings or anything. It just seems like a transitional door. It's not locked or anything. You unfortunately, with your strength, you can't really open it, but you sort of jimmy it just enough to recognize that there's nothing obstructing it. It's just heavy. You surmise that out of character, one needs to have a strength of 20 or higher to be able to open these doors.
Yeah. I step back and go, the doors need a strong individual. Unfortunately, it's not my forte. Does anyone want to open the doors?
Bacchus, you already did the honors with the other doors, so...
Yep, you be my guest, O Xanthia.
North door or south door? Helion, I'll say with your investigation check, you ascertain basically the same thing. Sorry.
Okay.
Anything in the vase?
I said you found 2 silver and a copper piece.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yay! Losing half my health was worth it.
Then I just start with the south door, because that's where I'm closer to.
Okay. And the doors make a lovely noise now. Or I guess that one doesn't, but it's supposed to. Okay, it's just a huge delay.
No, I just opened and closed the other one at the start to make the noise.
Oh, I guess that... Now, let me just quickly double check that... This one. Okay, so the other ones should still be able to be open and closed. You're greeted with another small narrow corridor with another door on the other side, Xanthia.
There's another door. You want me to open that one as well?
Might as well.
I hear no objection, so I'm just gonna open it.
Okay, and you move over and you open it. 2 seconds, let me just pull up my notes. You see 3 partially clothed skeletal bodies crumpled in front of a closed door. At the other end, you see a large green orb set into a cluster that seems to be made out of spiraling branches.
What do the...
I'm so sorry, I almost
look
forgot.
like
And as
that
you
are
step into
still
the
there?
space, you see another door to the east and the west. Sorry, what did you say about the skeletons?
What do the clothes look like that are, like, what's still left of them at least?
Make an investigation
terms
check.
of
Or
style.
make a history check. Actually,
Ugh.
no, actually, this would
I'm
be
not-
survival check. Sorry, this would be survival
Do
check.
you need help?
That was a 3 on the die for a total of 9.
It's hard to tell. It is very rotted.
Hey, any one of the smarter people want to look at this?
I would be very happy to. Very happy to. I shall
Perfect.
take a look. I shall move forward and I shall have a look at
Make a so I'll let you make either a survival check or a history check, but the history check will be a much higher DC. Because
Meanwhile,
their fatigues would be identifiable if they were fully intact. But it's a case of like trying to perceive through that. Unless you're trying to go off of memory alone.
Nature or history?
Or history, but history will be a higher DC.
Nature or history? Okay.
I'm also proficient in history, so I could assist.
Yeah.
And give you advantage if you want.
Well, I've got a 15 for a 26.
They are like even despite the fact that it's very rotten and faded, the linothoraxes they're wearing, or what's left of them, the greens and the bronzes are unmistakably Cetessan in origin, which is the female warriors who lived in the Nessian.
The Cetesian warriors.
Okay.
Interesting.
Continue.
I want to investigate the 3D orb thing. Is that just light, or is that something more interesting?
You can make an Arcana check if you like.
while that's happening, I am going to investigate the other vases because I'm on a roll here, and I think I might find another fortune if I check the rest of them. So I'm checking.
Make an investigation check again, Scotty, and Lazarus make an Arcana check.
22 for my Arcana check.
22. It appears to be, as best as you can tell, just like you touch it, you like hit it, like you try to trigger a trap. Nothing happens. It just glows. You can't be certain without like attempting to identify it or anything like that, but you're fairly confident that it just seems to be a light source.
13 for
This
me.
is one of those. This is one of those light sources that they call LED. It's a coloured light source that.
Take a D4 inspiration for that pun.
Thank you.
But yes, you have a door to the east and the west, and you see the bodies still wearing all their armor and things like that, although it's rotted away, lying on the ground. Scotty, would you roll on your investigation check?
13, and I'll go to each of the vases.
I will say you take the time. You don't find anything in the vases, but you examine the outside of them, and it seems to be depicting various, sagas or things like that specifically detail, like heroic druids from history or clashes with like titans of nature and the gods.
How valuable valuable will like I'm guessing the vases are mostly in good condition.
Yeah. A little derelict because this is a ruin, but they're okay.
What I want to try and determine whether or not there would be like the answer. I can't answer this until I can have double check with. I think I need to check with Lazarus. But I'm trying to determine whether or not if we were to take things from this ruin, if it would enact some kind of penalty to my own patron. But I don't think it would. But
I will say that based on the fact that the motifs on the outside, as in the statues, seem to be depicting, at least the ones that are intact, one of them does seem to be shattered. They seem to be depicting titans and titan aspects. You'd be surprised if there's anything sacred left in this place.
Okay, in which case what I'm then doing is I am going to kneel down. I'll find whichever one looks to be in the best condition and just looks the nicest, and I'm going to open up the Dragon's Tome book, and I'm going to take the vase carefully and enter it into the book.
Easy enough. So that would be the white one that you're in front of would still be in the best condition.
Perfect.
The dragon grumbles, satisfied. Circling back to Lazarus and Xanthia in this room.
I'm of the belief we should always go left, but I'm not so sure that that's the perceived wisdom of this party.
I don't really have any preference, so sure, I'll trust you on that.
Okay, so is that your left or my? Is that like map left or?
Right.
So this way.
So if we're standing there, it'd be left. Which we map right.
So the way I've just moved you. In this direction?
That's map right. Right? No, map left. If we're standing there facing with our back to the hall, it's map left. It'd be that way. Yeah.
All right. So okay, you guys move your characters in the direction you want to go, just because I feel like I'm being silly. Okay, so you're going. Okay, so map left. Perfect. Okie dokie. As you open that door, you are greeted by. The four walls of this chamber are decorated with floor-to-ceiling bas-reliefs depicting hordes of adherents worshipping a strange deity. Doors exit to the north, south, and east. I'll say, carrying over from that previous history check or religion check that you made earlier, Lezaros, you recognize Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, as all these sort of sycophantic, primal druidic acolytes and cultists sort of prostrate themselves at his feet, almost like this ocean of people, like reaching up his body, and he sort of like, as he seems to be like, and like tornadoes and natural disasters seem to be emanating from him. His body itself is just an amalgam of trees and rocks and whirlpools. He's truly everything terrifying about nature incarnate.
Not a happy goddy, is he? Not so sure I like this Titan. Do I know anything more about Uro? Or
Uro, much like Kroxa or Kriotelos or Xanthippe, were titans that in the Titanic War were banished from the world by the gods, so that mortal kind could finally flourish and not merely live in fear at the fringes of humanity.
Does it look like this place would be old enough to be from before the Titanic Wars or after those times?
Oh, make a nature check, but that's going to be a hell of a DC.
Oh. That's another net 4.
It's genuinely really hard to tell. A natural 20 might not have succeeded purely because stone lasts a very long time.
Man, this place is old.
But yeah, you have doors to the north and the south of this room. Or you can backtrace, chase it, shake it up.
Do you want me to check that other door?
Sure.
I will get, and if Amali will come with, so I'm not aware in case I just get attacked again.
Very well.
Because I have the habit of being leganked. Oh, it's another one of the hallway thing.
Oh, you also need Amalia to open the door for you.
Oh, yes, I do. I try and open the door, I realise I cannot open the door, and then I use Amalia and go, Amalia.
I got it. Amalia, you still there? Alright. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. Do you want to say it?
Oh, you're so silly, Scotty. Move!
Alright.
Okay, as you open in this room, you see a silver idol is mounted on a stone plinth inside of a small alcove in the north wall. Stairs descend to the west and the east. This room otherwise seems largely unremarkable. The idol itself appears to depict a unicorn in sort of a fairly, but not just like any unicorn, like a sort of proud unicorn charging forward in a battle stance. It's sort of this long mane. It looks quite fierce and has these carvings along the side. I will enter the space for Amalia. Can't hear you, Scotty.
Okay, so I'll go into the space. Has Hilira seen this?
I'm going to assume here there was just running back and forth to check on everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. No hope to hide it then.
Okay.
I'm walking into the room right now. You can stop me if you want.
I got time to put it in a thing, so I'd be like, I'll step to the side and go, hey, look at that.
I see the unicorn.
Yep.
Hilary will just freak out when she sees the unicorn. She'll go, oh my god, it's a unicorn. It looks so beautiful.
It looks very... Like, how clean does it look?
It's a little dusty, but it's cleaner than the rest of this place. It's
Okay.
silver.
Is it the big unicorn? Small unicorn?
It's about like the size of
Can I take it?
you know the one of the Barbie horses? Yeah, you can grab it. You grab it.
Scortinos, can I grab it, please?
I thought you said you were going to take it. Have you taken it?
Can I?
I have...
No, I'm asked.
Yeah.
Wait,
She's
have
asking...
you had
She's
it?
asking Tina's. No, I haven't. I was debating it, but you came in time. And if you ask, go... I mean, I was thinking someone should, unless we want to check to make sure it's not magical or a trap first.
Okay. I will check for traps.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 18.
You don't see anything. You try to check the nook and crannies. Nothing springs out at you. It does not appear to be trapped.
Scortinos, I think, everyone should move back if I grab it, just in case there's an explosion and we all die.
Have no arguments from me. I will backtrack back
Okay.
into the hallway. Amalia will say, don't hurt yourself, or she'll be very cross, and then she will also back off back into the hallway.
Amalia has an echo in that room to protect you just in case.
That's a good idea.
I'm also staying here.
Okay,
Let me
do you
just-
want to just, like, close the door in case there's an explosion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I grab the unicorn.
You grab it. You pick it up in your hand.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Until the eyes of the unicorn flare a green and there's a... It's not trapped, but it is cursed. Make a constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
Add a +4.
I will. Thank you.
Wait. The echo jumped in front of you.
Doesn't work that way. It's based on touch.
Okay.
Fuck.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
I'm immune to unicorns.
You feel like the magic course through your veins for a second, and it feels like it seems to be affecting you on like literally on a subdermal level. You like felt like your skin and your like guts and your bones changing, like or like itching and twitching. Like you shrug it off.
Okay. Like it was gonna transform me or something, or was it gonna get
You're
possessed again?
not sure.
But it didn't feel like possession. I've been possessed
It did not feel like
before, I would
possession.
know. Okay. This unicorn is really cool, but I think it's a bit angry.
What happened? I say as I open the door.
You
It's
can't
like-
open the door.
Fuck yes, let's open the door.
Fuck! Amalia! Can you open the door again?
Would Lazarus have come back to investigate with Botch, or would you guys have remained downstairs?
No, Lazarus is kind of... He's meandering along.
Okay.
Not really he's looking at stuff, he's sort of reading the signs and looking at the images and sort of making notes on the stonework, seeing if he can take any structural information from it along the way.
Very good.
He's just
I'm
pottering at
keeping,
the moment.
I'm keeping a general eye over everything, especially Lazarus.
Okay.
And as you're very close to Lesros, he turns to you and goes, "That's just it. Would you like to ask me a question, or you just you find me rather attractive? I'm just kind of wondering what it is."
Trying to weird me out with gay shit is not gonna work.
I'm not trying to weird you out with what's the word you said? I'm not sure I understand.
Gay shit.
Oh, you're saying homosexuality? You know, that's one way to look at it. I'm not quite sure that we should be proud of our sexuality, shouldn't we? Especially today.
Is that a real world reference or an in-game reference?
You just hear in your earbud, shit, where is it? He's got... What the hell happened to Clothus?
Where's Clothy?
Hold on. He's got it.
Touche, Clothy.
Oh, sorry.
Go on, off you.
I was going to say, once Amalia has opened the door for Scottilas again, I will say, if you're worried about it doing it again, I might have a way for us to store it safely until we get out.
Did you not let go of the unicorn this whole time?
I'm probably still holding it.
Make another Constitution saving throw as
Fuck!
it flares again.
So sorry, you guys.
Fuck!
Plus 4.
I didn't think to let go. Okay, that's 24.
Succeeds. You feel the effect again, and you shrug it
Okay.
off. I will say this.
Okay, I'm
it's a
gonna
little
put it
hard to
down
get-
now. I'm gonna put it down now. I'm
throw
gonna
the book.
put it down now.
I'm going to try and dive. I still have my kinetic jaunt, so I don't provoke attacks of opportunity. So I'm just going to move through, throw the book down in front, kind of slide one, and open the Dragonstone book and go in here. And now there's a picture of a nice unicorn in my book.
Okay.
Oh, cute.
Right,
That could have ended horribly.
we'll deal with that later.
Okay.
I put the book away.
Lesros and Bakios, other than being very awkward with each other, are you doing anything?
I'm just
I'm just
keeping an
looking
eye
around.
on stuff. Yep.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye on
I'm
him.
investigating and following the party. I'm just looking around, making notes of stuff, looking at structures,
Okay.
tapping the stone, maybe taking a little bit of getting my little stonemason's tools out and taking a little scraping of the stone for investigation later. You know, that kind of shit.
Very good.
Oh, we're following. I'm following.
Okay, perfect. What is everybody else doing? Do you continue down the path below, or do you travel up this new path?
Do we go the creepy unicorn path or the green light path?
Creepy. I
feel like the green light.
Exactly.
A little bit more welcoming, though.
Yeah, the green. Yeah.
I'm down for Team Creep.
Yeah, but maybe the green light is creepy and we just don't know it. It looks nice.
Exactly.
There were
were
skeletons
dead
there.
bodies down
Yeah.
there. Exactly, Scotty. Great minds.
Fair.
Let's go.
Okay, then left
or right.
or right.
Sorry, real quick, Heliada, what did you roll on the initial investigation check?
What? Which one?
The investigation check to check for traps.
18, 19, something like that.
18, 19. Okay, continue. So you're
Left
traveling
or
back
right,
down.
Then? No,
Wait,
I
are we
don't think
doing
so.
the? No, we're doing creepy unicorn.
Okay, Does anybody do anything in
Let's
this room? Or do you
split the
try...
party.
Don't you
We'll
dare.
finish the dungeon faster.
Does anybody
Let's
do anything in
not
this
do that.
room, or do people pick a door?
Are there like footprints on the floor or something?
Make a survival check.
People walked here or something. Fuck yes!
Yo, what?
I'll do it. Can you also check to see if you see any footprints?
I will cast my eyes downwards for looking for footprints.
Survival check.
19.
You
Sorry.
don't see any footprints. Quite confident.
Yep.
Sir.
Nope, nothing here.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna open the
Okay.
door on the right.
Okay, go for it. This chamber is separated into 6 alcoves, 5 of which hold a stone sarcophagus, which you note as you walk into this place. A 7th alcove at the west end of the room holds a small stone altar, atop of which sits a feline skull.
Is it like a small cat, a big cat, an Amalia-sized?
It's not
skull?
Amalia-sized. It is smaller than an Amalia. It is smaller than Amalia-sized skull. It's smaller than a Leonin skull. Put it
Like
that
a.
way. Bigger than a house cat, though. Make a
Okay.
nature check.
Nature check?
Yeah,
Could
anyone
I
who wants to.
persuade you into medicine?
No.
Damn it.
It's dead. My medical knowledge tells me
Anatomy
this
is
is dead.
still medicine.
I'm proficient in medicine and I've never had to use it this entire game. Next.
Okay, you
I
can roll
rolled a
medicine,
4.
but it'll be a much
I-
higher DC.
No, I'll leave it. It's fine. I already rolled for nature.
What'd you roll? 4.
A 4.
Hard to tell. You're not really an expert on animals.
I'll just turn to Amalia and go, I think you should stay. I don't think they like cats in here.
May I for some reason, my boundaries bumped out. Can I send Ginless along and investigate it? Ginless, take
Yep.
a look at it.
And it looks at it. Are you like looking through Ginless's eyes, or is Ginless gonna do the check?
No, I'm looking through Ginless's eyes.
Okay. I'll let you roll a nature check.
That's gonna be dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It is unmistakably a lynx skull.
Ooh.
And with that, you know what? Don't need to roll for this. Everyone would have a baseline passive religious knowledge enough to know that the lynx is the sacred animal of Nelia, and a skull, sort of placed at at the apex of a series of tombs, you intue maybe sort of as a symbol of like a guarding over the dead aspect to it. Basically, an honorary sort of idol, an honorary symbol, a focus of religious rite, specifically for the goddess of the hunt.
I informed the party, so in a very sort of very professor-like manner. Sort of, the lynx skull is notorious for guarding the undead and the dead and the tombs. He just waffles on for about. Romeo did it in 3 minutes. I did it in 20 minutes, just to be really facetious.
Scotinus probably begins traveling further on before the completion of the story. In that case, because 20 minutes is a long time to be stood in a cramped hallway.
So yeah, the only thing other than
Let me out! Ah!
Other than the link skull, all you really see in this room are the 6 sarcophaguses.
Before Xanthia leaves the room, she just wants to check the sarcophaguses to make sure that they're all intact and just not, broken or anything.
Make a investigation check.
Oh. That's investigation 11.
You don't see any breaks. You check them. You do find that they're not sealed necessarily. Now, no living creature should have the strength to move this kind of stone, at least easily. Someone like you, Botch or Amalia could, but basically they're not like sealed shut. You could open them if you wanted to. You find.
Okay, no, that's good for me. And she'll leave the room.
Okay. Amalia, do you do anything in this room? Okay. Where is everybody else going now?
Shall we go the other way? That's what it says.
Yep.
Why not?
So you're traveling down to the green room.
Or this other...
Did we go...
There's another doorway. Yeah, there's another door.
Okay, down this door. Okay. Amalia can open that door.
Is Amalia there? Can anyone see her, or is it just me?
I can see Amalia. I mean, I can see her blanket, but I can see her. Okay, so you open the door.
I can't see her here. I can't see her here. I just see her. I have a black screen. I will reload in.
Okay. We lost Tamara for a second. Are you back now?
I'm here.
Okay.
I still just have a black screen for Amalia, but
Yeah,
oh well,
same.
that's fine.
same
I
here.
can see her just fine.
Is she speaking?
No.
Okay, that's fine. If she speaks, then
Okay.
we'll be okay. But cool.
Amalia, can you hear us? I think Bone may have slipped down. Can you hear us? I will message her about that. But either way, okay, so you see a longer corridor that travels downwards.
Onwards.
Ominous. Ominous.
Alright. And there before you is another door, which someone can open if they so like.
Is Amalia okay to open the door?
Yeah, well, sorry, I'll do the action for her, but yes, Amalia's okay to open the door.
Ooh.
A large mosaic rests at the center of this spacious chamber. Multiple doors exit to the east and the west. The center of the mosaic is concealed by a bubbling pool of viscous black liquid. Suspended in the pool are 6 speckled eggs the size of melons. A small circular hole has been carved into the ceiling above the center of the sundial. Perched atop the beams of the vaulted ceiling are two emaciated wyverns that let out a piercing screech. They
Oh, dip.
look towards you, and you realize they have fungal growths growing out of them. Their eyes are sort of frosted white over, but they're breathing. These are not. You can't truthfully call them undead, but they have like these almost like cordyceps style spores growing out of them, and these plant life lashed into them. It looks, Scotty, at this point I'll give this to you. It looks like a unholy union of grove song and flesh.
Oh, dip.
You guys
Oh, God.
step into the space, or are you sort of still in the corridor? And I will make them visible now.
Katinus kind of doesn't want to go in. Oh, jeez.
They like they swoop down into the space.
We can just leave, right?
Do they look like angry that we're there?
Yes.
Do they look sad? Okay, they're angry. Do we want to just back it up?
Roll for initiative.
Yep.
Okay, we can still back up.
We can.
Are we bravely Sir-Robining? Is this our tactic?
Bravely bold Sir Robin.
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled.
He bravely turned his tail and fled.
Okie dokie. Echo does not have initiative. Okay, 25 to 20.
I can't see Is Amalia rolled? No. So
Now Amalia has vanished.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Amalia gets 20.
Good for her.
Okay. 20 to 15.
18.
17.
18. Xanthia 17. 15 to 10.
13.
11.
13. 11. And Scotty?
8.
Okay. Top of the initiative order, it is Amalia.
Okay. Assuming, well, if she comes back, I'll relieve command again. But she will summon the echo kind of immediately into play. How far away can she summon it? 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She will then move in because it's combat and you always fight things. 5, 10, and unleash a wave of attacks, including Unleash Incarnation.
Okay, go ahead and make her attacks.
These have flanking, so that's the +2 you said, rather
Yep.
than advantage. So that's 4, d20 to roll, +14 to each. There is a natural 20 in there, but there is the lowest is 17.
Copy that.
Does 17 hit?
17 misses.
Okay, next one is a 24.
24 hits.
Okay, so there's 2 hits and 1 critical hit.
Okay. It's 4 attacks, isn't there? With Unleash Incarnation.
Yes, but I missed one.
Okay.
So it's three hit. No, wait, sorry, yeah. Two hit, 1 critical, 1 miss.
Okay.
That's 4 total.
Yeah, 4 total. Cool.
Okay, so let's do that. So I'll do the ones that 2 hit that do it normally. So I'll do this quickly. So this is plus 14. So the non-criticals are 17, 18, 21, 31 plus then a critical, which is 2d12. 31 plus weirdly less plus 13 and slashing things. She has a slashing thing with the critical until the start of attack. Okay, so until so it's now grievously wounded until the start of Amalia's next turn. That target has disadvantage on all attack rolls. It also has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of Amalia's next turn.
Copy that. What was the total on the damage, sorry?
That is... If I do that, so 17, 23 plus 44 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, this thing is... It is not happy. Anything else on her turn?
No, that's burnt all her stuff. She's only got movement left, and she's not much left. So that's
In
it.
fact, it is so mad. It is going to, at the end of her turn, use a legendary action. And it's going to use Commanding Spores. It releases these spores that go into Amalia's lungs and need her to make a Constitution saving throw. Sorry, Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. How wise is the kitty cat? Let's find out. 15 plus 15.
Fails. I need Amalia to please use her reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the nearest creature to her other than this one. Let's check. She is...
I don't think...
yeah, she technically is. I don't know if it goes through walls, but I'll allow it.
Is that a D4?
No, it's a plus
Just
4.
4.
No,
Then
just
it's 19 total.
19 just succeeds. So, Amalia goes to swing her axe at you, Heliota, but catches herself and stops herself. Sorry. That is, Amalia, Botch, it's your turn.
Excellent. Let's see at the map here. I'm all the way at the back.
Yeah.
So what I would like to do at this stage is I'm going to attempt to push Lesros into the fight.
Okay. You just
So you
have
get
it
your
up
hands
for
dirty.
Lesdros.
No, I wanted to see him get his hands dirty just once.
Okay. Make a grapple check. Make an athletics check.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. 29.
Lesdros?
I don't think I'm even bothering rolling, really.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how far you can push him. You can push him 5 feet, but you'd have to use your whole action to push him.
I'm fully using my action to get him in there. Oh yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll say that you may have to use your action to... Right, you're not going to be able to push him past Xanthia, but...
No.
You can push him that
Get
far.
your scrawny ass in the fight. I want to see him get all his many hands dirty just once in this fucking fight.
And as you're pushing him, he goes, "Look, I know you're feeling repression of your emotions at the moment, but there is no need to take it out in this violent manner. We can have a conversation about your repressed desires."
I'm not sure if this is a safe space to discuss that, if you get my meaning.
Calm down,
We can
Sigmund
settle this
Freud.
afterwards, okay?
But yeah, that's my turn. I'm shoving him in there.
Copy that. And next up, let me switch to automatic cam as well, just so there's a bit more. And so we are on. So that's Botch's turn. It is Xanthia's turn now.
Can I move past Scotty to get into the room?
Yes, you can. Make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Athletics. 24.
Scotty, make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, sure.
You get a +4.
Great. That's 14 then.
So Xanthia, you get in the room, but you knock Scotty prone around about
Fine.
here to do it. I'll say about there.
Yep, fine.
Okay.
Sorry! Yeah, she's a little clumsy. And she'll move next to Hilera and, yeah, take a swing at the wyvern, I guess.
We have a
19 to
Violet
hit.
yet? Oh, she's just finding a charger. 19 does hit. Oh, sorry, 19 to hit. 19 misses. 19 just misses.
Okay, second attack. That's 17 to hit. That was a 3 on the die. Bonus action, bonk. That's a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
Okay. So that's 14 damage. That's 10 slashing and 4 radiant.
Copy that. Anything else in your turn? Okay,
There's
and
nothing else I can do.
at the end of your turn, it's going to use another legendary action to use commanding spores again. Xanthia, make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
I should be good at those. Oh, that's a 5 on the die for a total of 15.
15 fails. I need you to please use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack to the nearest creature to you that isn't one of these wyverns.
Oh no. Roll bad. No!
Okay.
19 plus 14 is a...
So,
Who
Helena,
again?
you just watch as Xanthia, after inhaling these spores, with a surprising precision, literally just flips the trident round and drives it into your thigh.
Ow. Okay. Cool.
That's 19 points of damage.
That's okay. Cool. I just got yashad. That's fun.
That's smite.
Nice.
That's smite. That's smite.
And it is its turn now. It is going to use a nightmare breath attack on all three of you. I need you to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it against being frightened?
No. Oh wait, so you are also going to be frightened, but there will be damage.
I'm immune to being frightened, and I believe if everyone who's in my aura is also immune to frightened.
Okay, that does not negate the damage, because it releases a cloud of spores that are meant to induce fear, but it also deals psychic damage.
That's okay.
I rolled a 32.
That succeeds.
22 for Xanthia.
Amalia rolls a nat 20 for a total of 20.
24.
Plus 4.
Plus 4, 24.
Please, sorry, just taking my pill.
It's fine.
Meds, am I right? So you guys all only take
Only?
23 points of psychic damage. And that's its turn. Hilira, it's your turn.
great. This is fun. I'm not hurt at all. I'm fine. I'm scared of my dice. Because they keep rolling bad. So I'm just gonna move here. And I'm just gonna pet the wyvern and go, please don't hurt us. Please don't hurt us. And I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds.
That'll do it.
It was responding to your conversation, and then you inflicted wounds.
That is the darkest twist on the Hiccup and Toothless moment.
I mean, I thought it was just
Make it
reminds me
attack
of
roll.
I shall say a prayer for you.
I don't have speak with wyverns, okay?
Hilira, make it.
If
make
I
the,
could, I would have had a nice
I'm giving you
conversation.
advantage for the savagery of that. Make the attack roll with advantage.
But I really don't want to kill it. I think it's sad. I just think it needs a hug and a friend and some.
A hug of necrotic energy.
I'm giving you advantage.
I'm gonna give it.
We has Violet.
Okay. Okay, that is a natural 18 for 28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And I only cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
Because I'm scared of my dice.
So go ahead and roll some damage.
15. 23 points of damage.
It's looking hurt.
Okay, I'm so sorry, little bird. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of patting it still.
Anything else in your turn?
How much did I move? 5, 10, 15. Can I, like, move into, like, a corner where I'm, like, flanking?
Sure. Just about, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna
Perfect.
do that. I'm just gonna wiggle into a corner.
Someone would
flanking.
Yeah, I'll allow that. I'll consider that flanking. Cool. Lesros, it's your turn.
Okay.
So I step forward so I can get. Are you gonna let me go if I move forward, Batios, or are you just still grappling me? I can't move.
Botch?
Botch, are you still grappling me so I can't move? Or are you gonna let me move?
He appears to be moving forward, fulfilling your.
Oh, then I'll let him go. If he's moving forward, I'll let him go. He can't get back. He ain't going nowhere.
As I turn back and I go, we'll discuss your desires later. As I walk forward.
I will kill this.
I love you, Zach.
I'm gonna kill this person.
I can see which one of the wyverns looks the
one on the other side of the pool looks relatively undamaged. It's the one right in front of.
Okay. I look at it and go, kitten, and I cast polymorph.
Okay, charisma save, right?
Wisdom save 19.
DC
19. Wisdom.
No, that is a 15.
It is now turned into a black and white fluffy kitten.
Do I have a cat token?
Can't wait to kill this cat.
Okay, I don't have a
Sorry, I should have given you fair warning for my.
I don't have a black and white one, but I have a ginger cat.
Okay, that will do. I say.
There it is.
Okay, it becomes a ginger cat.
Meow.
I go, and as I turn to back to yours, I go, remember, kittens. That's my turn.
At the end of your turn, the other wyvern is going to use 2 legendary actions and use Spore Salvo. It's just gonna, and it sort of settles around you, Xanthia, like these spores, and these go into your lungs involuntarily. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, come on! That's a 10.
That fails. You take 38 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned.
Sure, yeah.
It is that wyvern's turn as well, and it's going to no, it's going to use its claws, I think. It's just going to just try to latch out and claw at you. 1 bite attack first and foremost. Oh, that is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
You take, and that die is gone. Oh, here it is. Okay, that one on it, and this one has a. You take 17 points of slashing or piercing damage. Another 19.
Okay.
Sorry, a modified 20 to hit. You
Hits.
take. Oh, those are d6s. Sorry. You take 11 points of slashing damage. Final attack, natural 1.
I'm unconscious.
Okay. Scotty, it's your turn.
Okay. Despite like having been like thrown prone and everything else goes so on, Scotinus has kind of had for the most part a kind of a look of stunned horror as he's kind of looked through it, and as it's kind of like as all this has been going on, he's been focused not on the creatures, although that was briefly there and seeing their grave song, but on the eggs in the center, and he casts his mind for a moment as to the wonders of bio whatever engineering are responsible for this creation of some new life, but then he also feels and knows that there are certain secrets, there are certain aspects of nature and of flesh that should not be, and so he focuses and he looks to the pile of the eggs in the middle and he casts Disintegrate.
And as you do that, it strikes the eggs, and the eggs all, in an instant, turn to dust. The wyvern turns, looks, screams out in rage. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think I've pretty much made my piece there. As a bonus action, I will say to Hilira, "Now we can leave." And my voice hums with a bit more resonance than usual, and you take a bardic inspiration.
As the resonance trills through the air, you feel Gelio vibrate with the resonance. The tips hum like a tuning fork. Before, and then there's like a massive chime that comes out of Gelio. Before, like this, like sort of sparks of like pyrotechnics erupt out of it. As the twin blades at the top expand outwards slightly, new spikes appear at the pommel, as well as new carvings, new filigree of dancing revelry satyrs appear up and down the haft. And these 3 flaming motes, no bigger than a chestnut, one blue, one purple, and one red, appear at that sort of intersection, that heart-shaped intersection where that connects the blades of Galio to the haft, and begin orbiting it slowly.
Cool. I'll process that in a bit.
And yes, you can search for Galio, Glaive of Xenagos, Exalted. I'll double check I made it available, but it should be.
Die in the next few rounds.
Next up is, I appreciate this has been a long stretch one, guys. We are very near the end. Top of the initiative order, Amalia. Amalia? Okay, good. We are here. Sorry. Amalia, like, your audio is like a one drill in one ear and another drill in the other ear, and they're meeting in the middle.
Type it to you.
Can you stop using your headphones?
Did anyone just get the D&D movie vibe just then? Bray.
Oh, babe. I am only sad you can't appreciate what just happened, but hopefully it's in the VOD.
Oh, I was ready for that.
Oh, that was too good. Yeah, okay, Galio should be available.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, God. Okay, babe, what did you want to do? Woo. Top 10 moments for sure. That's going into a TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna put some music underneath that.
Oh yeah, no, like, who's good with mixing music? Somebody's gotta, like, turn that into a thing. Babe, you okay? Can you hear us?
That did me in. I was ready.
Babe, like, wave your hand to the camera if you can hear us. Okay, cool. Are you gonna try your microphone again without the headphones? Babe, I can't hear you if you're saying something. Okay, type me what you want to do, but in the meantime, I'm gonna let Botch take his turn just to keep things flowy. I can't hear you, Ellie.
Muted.
Do apologize. I am going to continue to try and force my way into the room by shoving everyone in front of me in there as well.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Hell yeah.
I let Lestros pass. Lestros lets him pass.
Okay, yeah, you can. Yeah, in that case, no.
No, you're coming with me, whether or not you want to or not.
And I go pearls before swine.
So 19.
Lazarus, do you want to try and resist that?
No, I literally sidestep.
Okay.
No, I'm grabbing you. I'm grabbing you.
Yeah,
okay, make an acrobatics check then, Lazarus, though, if you want.
That's not too bad. Dirty 20.
Succeeds.
Just.
You sidestep him, and Botch, you just barrel into the room.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh shit. He's not there. Oh fuck. In that case then, I'm simply okay. Then in that case, I'm simply going to take out Nimiras. Actually, would that count as my action?
No, it's your free object manipulation if you want to draw them.
Oh no, but trying to grab a hold of Lesros.
Oh no, I would consider it a grapple, so no, but you got one less attack. You can still make.
Oh, okay.
You can still make an attack and a bonus action attack, unless you.
Oh, sweet. In that case, cool. Right. Well, in that case, I'm going to try and finagle my way into range here. Where is this thing? Oh, it's right there. Good. Yeah, I'm going to get into range with this thing, and I'm just going to go to town on this.
Go for it. Make 2 attack rolls.
Okay, that's going to be a 26 to hit.
Hits.
Good. Lovely to hear that. Oh god, that's arse. That's gonna be 1, 2 plus 7, so 9 points of damage on the first strike.
Okay.
God, that was arse. I rolled 2 1s on my d6s, and that's gonna be that's better. That's gonna be a 28 to hit on the second strike with my offhand. And that's
Question: are you rolling a d6 for the
even
force damage?
Yeah, 2 d6s.
I believe it upgraded to a d8 when Nimiras became awakened.
Oh, you mofo!
Me the mofo.
No, I'm talking to myself here.
Okay, okay.
I'm
good.
I'm my own worst enemy. I am the biggest piece of shit I know. Okay, so that's
remember when we
1
realized
point
that you
of-
hadn't actually attuned to Nimiras, so we're missing out on the like the plus.
Oh god, yeah, my own fault exactly. Okay, that's fun. So I rolled a 1 on my piercing damage for a total of 8, and then I rolled a fucking 8 on my d8 for force damage.
Okay, so 16. Nice.
16. Another
Shing,
16.
shing! You carve into these guys. You're hurting them.
Nice. There we go. That's my turn.
Xanthia, it's your turn.
Time for a death save. That's a failure.
Copy that. It is this guy's turn. Oh, it's still polymorphed. It just moves up to Amalia and tries biting her. Oh, Amalia will slashy slash, by the way.
All right, slashy slash we can do. Sorry, I'm back to being human again. Is that with or without Unleash Incarnation?
She did not specify. Let's just say yes.
I was going to say normally that is the way, isn't it? But well, I mean, one of them's a cat, so she's going to ignore the cat because she's getting conflicting feelings around that, and instead will then resummon thingy there for flanking attack.
I mean, heck, you can action surge if you want.
Now I'll save that for when she's actually here. Don't want to steal all her fun stuff. Okay, 4 dice. The lowest is there's a natural 1. There's 2 natural 1s in there. So there's two to hit. I think as a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Okay. Amalia, would you action surge if you missed with 2 of your attacks?
Yes.
Cool. Is that just 1 extra attack?
No, that's 3 extra attacks.
More, 3 more. Cool. I'm just gonna roll them all now. Wow. Would a 15 hit?
15 would not hit. Its AC is 20.
Only one of those hits because I rolled a 1, a 6, and a 2. So that's a total of 3 that hit. 38 points of slashing damage in total, but that was using an action surge. Fair. If you're there, Violet, you can describe it if you like.
Well, I don't even know what we're fighting. I know they're like dragony people, but I don't know what they look like.
So they were like wyverns, but they seem to have been like affected by spores and fungal somethings. So they look like not undead, but some kind of horrific fusion of fungus and spores.
Yeah, and they definitely seemed pretty emaciated. They were not as strong as you might have expected. This didn't seem like the most successful experiment.
So you know when you put things through like a cheese grater and you slice them finely?
Yeah.
Like ham? Can I slice them like ham?
Yes, you can. You just basically do like a... You do like full-on Diablo Barbarian Whirlwind. like Amalia literally does like spins, and then it's just shing 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 until literally just pieces fall to the ground. And that one's dead. There's one left, but it's a cat right now, so I will ask you guys collectively, under the assumption that you would all gather around it and do it in one fell swoop. How do you all want to do this?
I would like to get Cynthia up first.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I can hear myself. That's very distressing.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you, babe, just for this.
I don't know. Okay, what do I do? Do I just heal you? You know what? Fuck it. Heal. 70 hit points.
Nice.
That's so hot.
And for
You're
the
welcome.
purposes of brevity, I'll say that you all gather around the cat, and in a moment that, like, basically it's effectively like paralyzed because you pick it up.
Can I pet it? I'm just petting it the entire time as it dies.
It tries to bite your finger, but it failed on the attack roll.
Okay. It's okay, buddy.
And
it's
you all
okay.
just...
You'll get... Okay.
Lesros, I assume you use like a chill touch or like a firebolt or something like that, and everyone just... And then like it morphs back into a wyvern, but clearly dead. And sort of... Before it collapses, dead. And you all stand here, slightly heartbroken in this space, because this was not a pleasant thing. This is not a happy moment. It may not be a tragic moment for you, but you understand that what you did here was more necessary than it was glorious. And you can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. Yeah, sense of foreboding about this place as you look around and you see other doors. And you prepare yourself for what lies next. And that is where we'll end tonight's session. Absolute troopers, everybody. I know this was a bit of a longer session. I just wanted to make sure we got to a certain milestone to ensure that we can ideally wrap this dungeon up by next session. I am very grateful for Zach's time, and I don't want to take up too much of it. So I basically wanted to shore that up somewhat, so that there's options in that respect. And yeah, I'm very grateful for everyone who stuck it out this later. Thank you so much to everybody in the audience. We do appreciate your patronage. Do we have any shout-outs we need to do? Nothing major. So then let's continue the shouting out. Starting first and foremost, let's go with Violet. Babe, would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
I have Instagram. It's Violet_Riddle_. That's it.
You've been replaced, Vierla, as the short and sweet intro one. Speaking of, let's go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Vierla, would you like to tell these people about yourself?
All right. I just need to stretch a little bit. Hi, I'm Viola, and I play D&D sometimes. On Saturdays, you can catch me on Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch, where I play Ilithia, a paladin of vengeance that also has amnesia. It's a fun vibe. Then on Sundays, I'm here. And then every third Sunday of the month, I play on Bridges and Brigands. And I play Belvedere Steelleaf, a bird with a gun. I also have Instagram. It's Violet.Louise with an E at the end. That's me.
Okay. Tamara, take it away.
Hi, you can find me most places on the internet at mar_inated, except for Instagram, where you can find me at itsmar_inated.
Perfect. And moving on to Zach, would you like to share anything about yourself that you like with the audience? Shout yourself out.
Well, I'll do the between the two. I also play Dungeons and Dragons for a living. I am a professional DM for Roll Dark. You can find me on Instagram because that's the only social media I use pretty much at ZZachFB. Yeah, I play D&D and I will be enjoying my time with Batios over the course of the next week while I educate him.
I look forward to seeing that. Morse.
Are we gonna have another Dungeons and Dragons talk?
Oh, man. Morse, do you have anything going on with you right now?
Yeah, always. Well, I'm just always very broke. I mean, the interesting is I may be disappearing off to Manchester again in a couple of weeks. However, the circumstances should be that I should be able to actually continue this time rather than fucking off for an extended period. But that's all boring stuff. The more exciting stuff is that these games are great because of all that third-party content that we always get to use. Remember those drowning elementals that we may have completely emaciated and fucked up? I'm pretty sure they are also benevolent evils, if I remember.
That is correct. I'll be honest.
Oh,
I think I used them slightly incorrectly because it shouldn't have been. It should have disappeared inside Xanthi and not been attackable.
I've used those before, and they're a lot of fun. But yeah, Benevolent Evil is always a great fun. So if you like those third-party content creators, help make D&D a more exciting and fantabulous place by supporting your local third-party content creator. And that's it from me.
And that brings us to Ali, the barbarian with a chip on his shoulder. Would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
Hi, yeah, guys, I have Instagram. It's under @AngelUndies, and I do lots of 3D printing commissions. I do lots of cosplay commissions. I also like to play D&D myself. I'm a DM, I'm a player. I love not being a DM when I'm in here. It's quite nice. I'm
biggest compliment.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I am currently going to be making Scotty a yellow Power Ranger helmet. I'm currently making a full set of pistols for a Lara Croft cosplayer. So yeah, hit me up if you want anything made.
It's pretty cool. I can attest. If you look at my Instagram and you see my Shazam cosplay, all the armor plates were made by Ali. And speaking of, as for me, you can catch all my Instagram content on Electrum_cosplay on Instagram, and all the show's socials on Instagram, TikTok, everything at DC30 official. I will definitely be making a heck of a meme out of the Amalia glitch that just happened because that was too good. As always, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more, exclamation mark D, feel free to join our Instagram, where you can get all sorts of goodies and benefits, including all the tokens that I sort of create for this, including those emaciated wyverns, which were there's the stat block of a deep dragon, so I did make a version of a deep dragon, so that token I made will be available on there, as well as all other previous tokens that I've made that I can freely distribute. Tips and tricks on how to flavor your campaign for an ancient Greek setting, memes, and more. I will be looking to be a bit more active on the Discord too, to build a bit of a community thing. Click the link in the Click the link in the Twitch chat for all that and more. And that brings us to the end of our show this evening. We wish everyone in the audience all the best. We really appreciate it. We feel the love and know you are loved. We are DC30. Have a wonderful evening.